Yeah, I'm about to put it fresh off the press. There you go. There you go. Nah, that's official. Let's go.
Shake the fans with the Brooklyn Nets. Wait, start over.
I edited it. I edited it.
Just give me the ball, I'm fitting to score next. My J is all net, me and David just all next. Getting back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a ref, trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Nigga, watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the Nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. To stir that whole Millie rock like a fan do. That's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
BROOKLYN. BROOKLYN. BROOKLYN.
There's caution. Oh my goodness.
When you establish a culture, that's what you do every day. That creates one thing, that it's your identity. Alright, that's how you are seen by other people. If you work really hard and get 1% better every day, you're a competitive group. That means that you fight.
Oh, what a move by Sharp, counting
BROOKLYN. BROO.
Yo, yo, can y'all hear me? Hold on. Can y'all hear me now? Alright, I think I'm good now. I should be good now. Alright, let me. Okay, I gotta do it like this for right now. Alright, hold on. Alright, so can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Y'all can hear me now, I'm good. Y'all can hear me now, I'm good. What about now? Can y'all hear me now? Pat from BK, you there? Yo? Uh, yo? Yo? Alright, let me see. This is crazy, yo. Yeah, yo, Mo Beastie, can you hear me though? Mo Beastie, can you hear me though? That's what I need to know, Mo Beastie. Can you hear me? Yo, can y'all hear me? Why the video not playing? Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, all right, you can hear me. Then, all right, we good. We good. I was trying to play the video. I was trying to play the video. They saying that my some acting up. My Wi-Fi acting up or something. Shit got me tight. I just paid the bill the other day. Talking about my Wi-Fi acting up. They need to give me a discount. All right, the video buffering, but the audio good. All right, cool. All right, basically, I was gonna play the Dante DiVincenzo footage when he had played the Knicks in that early part of the season, and he was talking shit to THIBBS, and you know what I'm saying? It's not playing though. It's buffering. Eh. All right, so I'm gonna just come off of the screen with that. Oh man, shout out to Mo Beasy, shout out to Pat from BK, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. That's fans is the best fans. Listen, it's how does an NBA coach contribute to winning? You know what I'm saying? I think the coach contributes to winning like 45%. I think more is on the players, but the strategy, when to call timeouts, when to sub players, you know what I'm saying? Calling plays out of the you know what I mean? Timeout, to draw up a play to shoot the three or score the ball to get out of a drought. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes coaches they call timeouts at good times when the say for instance you got the lead by 8, then the team going to run and they tie the game. Now you don't have the lead. The coach will call a timeout. Or they'll wait till you got a 2-point lead and then they'll call a timeout. Or they'll wait till you don't have the lead and you're down by 2 and then they'll call a timeout. So what I'm saying is that's what a good coach do. That's how they contribute to winning. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's what I'm trying to say to y'all. And, I don't know if Tibbs was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was calling timeouts, but then he was putting the same guys back out on the floor. Like, yeah, you're supposed to call timeout, but you're supposed to give your guys a rest too. I guess that was the biggest knock on Tibbs. I guess that's why they fired him. You know what I'm saying? And, I just want to get what's happening on X or Twitter. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there and see what happens. Hold on. It's playing. It's playing. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. All right, the video buffering, but y'all can hear me. So y'all can hear me is president over the video. So, but I did want the video to play. I did want the video to play. But I'm gonna go to We gonna go to X, man. We gonna get some net fan reactions, Nick fan reactions, reactions all over the world. Is it that big of a deal? Could the Knicks reach the Eastern Conference Finals? I just that's why I'm not a Knicks fan, though, bro. Seriously, like they have no loyalty at all, bro. They just let Randall help them, and then when Randall helped them, they got him up out of there, and they did it for Cat, and then they're supposed to be the Villanova 4, and then they let DiVincenzo go because of, you know what I'm saying? They let DiVincenzo, yeah, facts, Tony Top, word, facts, word, you know what I'm saying? Got to, man. Yeah, so I just feel like that's what it is, man. They ain't got no you know what I mean, no loyalty. As soon as you help them and you be like, oh, I'm doing good grace. They ain't no good grace. They gonna trade your ass. You know what I'm saying? Tommy T, he did what he did. Yeah, he could have been better. You know what I'm saying? But damn, you only give him one crack at it. He get to the Eastern Conference Finals one time, and then y'all, you know what I mean? That Nick organization is rough. And I can't get the X. This shit blowing mine, yo. I don't know why they not letting me out. Yo, this is the first time this shit happened. So I don't know what's going on. But I'll just tell you how I feel about it. I feel like the Knicks fans that I spoke to, they kind of knew that this was going to happen. They kind of feel like it should have happened. You know, they said that he didn't play the bench, and when you competing versus these teams in the playoffs, they playing they bench, they playing 10, 11 guys. You know what I'm saying? They doing all the necessary things to you know what I mean, to win a playoff series. You know what I mean? They doing all the necessary things for a playoff series. Word. So facts, Pat from BK. That's what I'm saying, man. I usually like to get y'all the video feed and all that. I gotta figure out what's going on with my laptop. I'm on the phone right now, but we gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out. Um, like, share, comment, subscribe. Word. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. Page. Yeah. Yeah. And share. You know what I mean? Share the content. Word. But yeah. So that's how I feel. I feel like coaching also contributes to winning because of the defensive side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I think, where Tibbs won a lot of where he had the, he had the upper hand. He had the advantage. But it's one thing to ask your guys to go all in on defense, and then offense, yeah, you got a weapon like Brunson and Cat. You not resting them guys. They tired. They tired. They tired, yo. Hold on. Tony Tom in the comments, he said, this was the Bacchus peak. They know they on the way down while us Nets are starting our trajectory up, so they crash now and they're trying to pick on us. Yo, they cannot pick on us, bro. We got too much pushback. It's too much going on, bro. They don't want no motherfucking smoke with. I don't know why they would want smoke with us. They shouldn't want no smoke with us. They shouldn't want no smoke with us at all. You know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, Tony Tom, they should. Oh yeah, he said yeah. Keyword trying to. Yeah, like I think that's what it is. Yeah, they probably try that shit, but trust me, bro, I've been kicking up dust, man. They don't want no problems, man. They go the other way. And even if they do, you know what I'm saying, want to debate with me. Debate with me why I'm the one who said this. You know, let me see if YouTube works. Let me see if my YouTube works. Because I got some content with my old co-host, and we basically, you know what I mean, used to talk about the Nets and Knicks and what happens during the week, and then we recap the week, and we just, it was, I like the show. I like the show. But we don't do the show no more. So I'm saying that to say this is where I was giving the truth about Tibbs. You see him? Oh, I mean, let me pull it up. Let me see, because it was buffering last time. So let me see if it pull up. Yo, Akeem Biddy Sports. I mean, Akeem Biddy Trust the next rebuild. What up? Word. What up? Let me see. It's still buffering. It's still buffering. All I got is this, man. I don't know what's up with the laptop. Oh shit, off the porch sports. Yo, what up, man? I'm about to throw the link in the chat. I got off the porch so greasy in the building. Finna throw the link in the chat for my guy. We out here, man. Nets fans is the best fans. Word. And yeah, man, listen, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I just think that defense contributes to winning, and when the Knicks were known as a defensive team, the coach Tibbs had the most, you know what I mean, a leverage. You know, he had the most say. You know what I mean? They wasn't thinking about firing him because they could obviously see. It's just saying that the guys they showing effort in, you know what I mean, on the defensive side of the ball, and we winning the game. Or they, not we, excuse me. And the Knicks were winning games because of the defensive side of the ball. Now that that's not the case, y'all went out and got OG and Mikal Bridges. Y'all were supposed to be winning games with them, so y'all got the Boston win, but that's it. Or yeah, nah, you real shit, man. I'm out here. I was trying to go live last night, and you know what I mean. It was giving me a hard time starting up with my laptop. Like I gotta see what's going on. Word. So I don't know. I'm gonna see what's happening really, really soon. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, man, I think that's where they went wrong when they became an offensive team instead of defensive team. You know, Tibbs lost his cachet. You know, with the team, and you know what I mean, how things go. And then Brunson, the best player, so you know what I mean. You know, a lot of things might not fall to Tibbs' wayside because they already kind of assume that he's stubborn and stuck in his ways. So why bother? Especially if probably dropping hints like Mikal. He came out and said something, and then you know what I'm saying. It just went the other way after that because he didn't take heed to what Mikal said. It's like yeah, we still need you to play. And not only that, it's what worse is that you showing the other players that I don't believe in you. They got a good piece like Precious Achua, and they didn't utilize them. They didn't have Cat could do this and Precious could do this. I think Precious was a good backup for Cat. They didn't use him. I don't know why they ain't use him. You know what I'm saying? That's on them, though, man. That's on Tibbs, man. That shit is on them, man. I see big problems for them, man. They ain't running the East. They can't run the East. I ain't saying they. Yo, this is JCV, man. What's good, man?
What's good, me brother?
Chilling, man. I was watching your show. I was watching your show last night.
I saw you was in the chat. Can you even have more than 4 people on Instagram?
I don't think so.
I
I
don't know.
don't think.
Did you request or you were just chilling?
Nah, I was just chilling.
All right,
I was
all right.
just chilling.
Yeah, because I had Iceman and Cell on the show. They had me cracking up because
Mm-hmm.
Cell thought he might have had a Nick fan friend when he seen Iceman, and it wasn't the case.
Yeah, say what up to the chat, Jay.
Yo, chat, what's good, bro? Tony Time, what's good, bro?
Or Tony Tom do music, you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all could, maybe do some music together one day, you know? So, I mean,
Well, I follow him on TikTok and shit.
all right, all
Word.
right.
But we could
Definitely trying to
definitely
get,
put it together.
yeah, definitely trying to get an interview with Tony Tom. I'm gonna reach out, you know what I mean? See if we could, what I'm saying, get Tony Tom on the show so he could talk about his music and whatever else he got going on. You know what I mean? Nah, that's what's up, Tony
Factual.
Tom.
Factual.
Word. Yeah, again, like I said, this page, my brand of what I'm promoting is being a big fan of the people, not just the Brooklyn Nets. So I want to interview Tony Tom and see what he got going on with the music. I want to interview Jay. You seen me interview Jay more than one time. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. You know what I mean? I'm interested. I'm a fan of you guys as well. Um, yeah, but So Greasy as well. He just joined the panel. Shout out to Off the
Yo,
Porch. So Greasy. You
so
know what I'm
greasy sweatsuits and shit, bro. Definitely gotta highlight that.
saying?
That
Yeah.
his designs be fire. Know what I mean, I be checking shit out on the gram. Know what I mean, so if y'all not tapped in with that, make sure y'all tap in with So Greasy or Off the Porch Sports. So
Summer
Greasy.
collection coming soon. Summer collection.
Oh, I didn't even know you was on the panel. My fault. Talk your shit, bro.
Yeah, summer collection coming soon. You know, I'll be having to wait for them shits to drop in from Pakistan, so it's gonna be a little bit, like a week or
Nah,
two.
you got them heat, bro. I'm gonna get something eventually, or I'm gonna try to collab with you on my shit, one or the other. But my money a little funny right now.
Or we could collab.
Word,
Cause the manufacturer ain't that much, you feel me? I spread the love. Some niggas don't want to keep the plug to themselves.
word. But we
Yo,
definitely gonna get something
yo,
going.
I swear, yo, I'm gonna do the interview and y'all gonna see, and you know what I'm saying? The kind of content y'all should tap into. You know, summertime gonna be here soon, but we're gonna have entrepreneurs and artists like
Summertime
this,
here,
like
nigga.
So Greasy. You know
The
what I'm
next few
saying?
days in the 90s.
Huh?
Summertime here, the next few days, 80, 90s.
It said
Right?
that?
It's
Yeah,
Oh
lit.
shit.
my birthday tomorrow. I heard it's
Yeah,
supposed
you
to be
told me that
80 though.
yesterday.
Word, more life early.
Word.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I got a bike. I got a picnic date. I got a date with a bike date. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause the weather's so nice, so I'm on it.
Nah, yeah, it's supposed to
Nah, that's
be
what's up.
the air quality supposed to drop and it's supposed to get hot as fuck.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, but
Yeah.
All
if
expected.
you're looking for putting me on.
Yeah. You know what? You know why I'm bad right now, though, bro? Because So Greasy on the panel with us, and I'm looking at So Greasy on my channel cooking Knicks fans and from 2023. Like. Like I want to post it. Like this, I was looking at. I can't hear what you saying because I'm talking to y'all and it's on mute. But nigga, you going off of whatever you said.
I
Oh,
know, I
I
know. I used to be screaming up there, so sometimes we wasn't even debating, man. We just arguing up that mug.
yeah, hell yeah, man. That's what I was trying to tell him, man. They gotta chill, man. Ain't gotta be none of that. But yeah, you going off. Let me see if I can show it. Let me see if y'all can
Who
see it.
was with? Because most of my debates that I'm debating really with is with Kev, because he really will sit there and try to dissect you or something. Pause. But other than
Yeah,
that, a lot
Man,
of other people we was arguing that like
Nick fans just want to argue, bro. Like you could agree with
mhm.
them on something, and they still gonna argue with you about the shit you agreed about. Like,
Hold
you
like
on.
see
I
what
That,
happened yesterday.
look,
I
yeah,
peep.
told I told dude about Josh Hart. He gonna tell me he never was a starter on the niggas. I'm like, yo, all right, man.
Yeah,
But
right.
bro.
Just saying anything
Even
out
the
here.
Mikal Bridges trade, son, they happy about having Mikal Bridges, but they will argue you down. Like they happy about having them, we happy about having the picks, but they still want to argue about the picks.
I
Like, bro, we all happy. Nobody should be arguing about that.
I think they pushed their franchise back another year or so, and I only think they had a 3-year window. So now I'm putting it up to 2 because I don't think they're gonna get a good enough coach in there to coach that team.
So let me
Yeah,
ask you if
yeah,
because the names that I've been hearing them throw around is
Mike Malone. I
Mike
also heard
Malone, Mark
Steve Nash,
Jackson, the Villanova coach, what's his name, Jay something,
Jay Wright.
and I think it was one more dude.
They
And I
said
think
Steve Nash. They said Steve Nash in the one report,
for real,
and
they
they
would be
said
dumb to do that.
only way they didn't. They said I don't think they getting Steve Nash because he will want Jock Vaughn to come with him.
Oh shit, that's funny as hell.
yo, but you know the truth, bro,
Because
is that
they said Jock Vaughn helped Mikel have his biggest season. So if they would bring Steve Nash, he will come because he can help Mikel get better. But Jock Vaughn is a run and gun coach. They don't have that type of players to be running on that team. So
yeah,
it's
yo, listen, this shit is crazy. Yo, King Ribby, man, yo, listen, you in the chat, bro. You a Knicks fan? You want to leave it up to this is JTB? Somebody named So Greasy and Breezy? to give our perspective on the Knicks, and you're a Knicks fan and you could defend them? If you don't jump your Knicks fan ass on this panel, Knicks fans is gonna have trouble all day. It's 9 in the morning. I'm pretty sure after y'all hear this stream, y'all might grow gray hairs, man. Y'all might grow gray hairs because we gonna give y'all nothing but unfiltered truth, man.
All right,
The
so how
truth
about
is,
this?
hold on, let me give it to him.
Yeah. Yes.
The first thing is Deuce McBride, as good as he is quickly is a better scorer than him, and he was better off the bench than him. I got nothing bad to say about McBride, but y'all lost points when y'all going versus the Pacers, and y'all can't put up the points. And OG doesn't carry the weight offensively as quickly. And this is the trade that I'm exposing. Y'all made that trade for quickly to get OG. Quickly is a better scorer than OG, and OG defense wasn't relevant to the eye test when watching him trying to guard the Pacers. Like who
But I
was
got
he?
a question for you then, Breeze. Who you
Who was
think
he
they did
guarding, bro?
dirty? Who they did worse? Did they do Quickly worse? Did they do Randall worse? Or did they do Thibodeau worse? Because they did all three of them filthy.
But no, but listen, they
I
did
think they did
themselves.
Tibbs
Hold
the
on,
worst.
I'm saying they did themselves a disservice putting so much onus on OG because they needed him for more than defense.
Hey, yo,
They didn't.
Breezy,
They
Well,
needed
in
him
all
to
three
be.
of them
They need.
situations, they did
hey,
themselves a
Breezy,
disservice.
Breezy, I think you wilding on the OG shit a little, bro. The nigga was scoring damn near 20 points. He was playing good defense. I think it's the other players around. Like, I really think they fucked up by taking Josh Hart out of that starting lineup, bro. Like, there's no way that you put your
All right, so hold on. Let me.
Hold on, wait, wait.
All
Why
right,
are
so
you saying
everybody,
that? That
yeah.
starting lineup with a negative
No,
six.
I know how they started. I know how they
All right,
started.
all
But
right.
when you look at Josh Hart, the type of player he is, bro, when they be having bad games, bro, he make the plays to help them get back in the games, the steals.
Yeah.
Sometimes people leave Josh Hart open and they don't expect him to make the three. And he was shooting before the Indiana season. The nigga was damn near shooting 40% from the three, bro. Like, and then you bench him before because you had two bad games. You don't do that, bro. Like, Tibbs did some shit that he don't usually do because he probably knew his job was on the line, and that shit cost him.
Mm-hmm.
That shit cost him, bro. You fuck up
Yeah,
chemistry like that, bro. You fuck up
yeah,
chemistry like that when
It's
you bring
crazy to me that his job was on the line that he totally turned their franchise around. Like, and listen, I criticize his coaching, but you can't argue with results, and the results has been when he wasn't coaching them, they wasn't making the playoffs, and they've been making the playoffs, and with the furthest they ever been in 25 years.
exactly.
yeah.
Like, to
But that's
fire
what
that
I'm saying.
guy sounds
But
crazy to me.
that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's my hang up with the Knicks and why I'm not a Knicks fan in the first place. They want me to go on some binge where I'm just going off about how much I hate the Knicks. No, that wasn't the case. It was good things that in my opinion, that the Knicks did, but then they fuck it up. They
Bro,
had Ron Strickland,
Right.
traded him. They had Mark Jackson, traded him. Anytime I did think like, yo, maybe I could like the Knicks, they trade the player that I like.
right.
That's not my fault. So I'm just being honest. And remember, I'm talking about me as a kid. These Knicks fans are just talking about me like, oh, where is this loyalty? Oh, he's trying to tell me he was both for this and that. I'm like, yo, I'm a kid. I ain't thinking about no fucking podcasts and all of this shit. But
Yeah.
the point is that, bro, they don't have no loyalty. Anytime a player plays good for that team, they find another player to trade for, like a trade up, and then that trade up really don't get y'all nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say,
They
and,
made
and
the same
I
mistake we did.
yeah, not only that, I'm not. This is what they don't understand is I like Melo when he came to the Knicks, but I dislike the Knicks more because they fucked up Melo's career. Melo was a
Yeah,
better
they ain't
competitor.
give him as much help as Brunson.
Yeah, bro, Melo Melo was a better competitor in the Western Conference on Denver, and they added AI to help him try to compete. I think he made it to the Western Conference Finals.
They had a squad over there. They had AI, they had Ken Martin, they had a lot of weapons
You
over
see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's why I was a fan of Melo. So I thought, you know what I mean? When he came to the Knicks, I'm like, oh, all right, they got Melo. But, bro, they did not give him no support for
there.
real.
But the two mistakes they did, right? One thing I could agree with you, how you going off on OG. I just think he was supposed to average almost 25, 27 when you pay somebody damn near 200 mil.
Bro, no, what about the defense? Who was he stopping on the
Nah,
Pacers?
OG
On the Pacers?
was
Who was he
playing.
stopping on the Pacers?
OG was not. Listen, OG was not playing bad defense. You got to look at it when you're two. If
Brunson and Cat.
yo, you got to look at them two, bro. I really think they was the two most liabilities on defense, bro. Cat couldn't defend a pick and roll, and Brunson can't defend a fucking 5-year-old out there. Like it just looked bad every time. It was either Neesmith, Halliburton, and what's the other guard name from
That's
there?
hard.
Nimhard, bro. They just was like, guy, if we get the ball, we gonna attack him. If we could get the switch on Brunson, we're gonna attack him. And next thing you know, he got 2 fouls in the first quarter, or that one game when he had 4 fouls and before the half. It was just wow. Like he can't play defense, bro. But that's where I go back where they say, oh, he's this. If Cam Thomas get extra 10, like close to 10 assists, but the difference between Cam Thomas and James Brunson, Cam Thomas go get boards. Jalen Brunson ain't out there trying to get no boards. He ain't trying to play no defense. He's
That's
just
true.
trying to straight score.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like the difference is that between the coaches, between Jordy Fernandez and THIBS is Cam Thomas ain't getting no offensive tries at the basket if he don't play no defense. And I'm not saying, but Jalen Brunson gonna get the ball regardless. That's the difference.
Cause he's nice. He was so efficient this playoffs, bro. I ain't even gonna cap, bro. Like,
bro, but no,
that last game,
bro, not that last game. But he still scored 19 on a bad game. You feel me? Like I said it this whole playoffs. I was like, I give that nigga right there his respect for his offense, because he can keep you in the game just by fucking scoring, bro. Like, but it also is like you win and lose with that, because he can keep you in the game, but he's not gonna give you a big lead in the playoffs. Only that one game when everybody stepped up on defense and they was just getting steals out of no. Like that one game, what was that, game 5? They just went ham on them, you know. So other than that, I think they had that.
That's the game they actually put the bench in.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they did. And the starters played less minutes.
Yeah.
So
but that's the thing. Like, I look at it like you sending a message to the bench. You saying, "Look, I don't believe in y'all, man. I know these niggas is exhausted, but I'd rather take the exhausted part of them than the fresh part of you." And that's fucked up. Rick Carlisle, on the other hand, like, yo, listen, it's about the system. Or if we play fast, it ain't all about skills. It's about fundamentals. Just play fast. Every time I see that the Knicks try to celebrate because they score the ball, Pacers go right down the court to score the ball real fast. It's like, damn, you took all of the fucking, you know what I'm saying, momentum they was trying to build off of that last basket. Like, you know, the theatrics, walking down the court after he kissed his hand and shit. You know what I mean? And then the time he kissing his hand, they throwing the ball past half court trying to get a fast break.
That's a fact. They was doing that. It seemed like the Knicks was like working.
Like, while y'all trying to celebrate, nigga, we trying to win.
Then
I feel like they was working way harder for their points. Like they had to get through 3 screens and fight to get it. Pass the ball out, get an offensive rebound, get it again, throw it back out, swish, and then Pacers score in 2 seconds. Like they throw the ball, layup.
Points. They almost had 100 and something points off of fast breaks in the series, bro. And that's all off of turnovers. The Knicks had about 45 points off of turnovers. These niggas had almost 100 and some change, bro. It was the big difference. It was, like y'all said, the pace of the game, bro.
Yeah. And that's
Well,
what
they
I'm
don't call
saying.
them. They
Like,
But
don't
I
call
don't
them
think
the
they're gonna be
Pacers
able,
for nothing, man.
I don't think they're gonna be able to bounce back from trading Tibbs, bro. Like that start making players look at the front office wrong. Like
hmm
that's all. And if they go
yeah.
get a college coach, it's gonna be even worse, bro.
Yeah, Leon Rose had came out with a comment. It was like he basically said it in a nice way. We went a different direction in Tibbs, but at the end of the day, even with those coaches on the helm, Mike Malone and whatnot, it goes to show why I don't like them, bro. They have no loyalty. I mean, let's just be specific.
Don't do that because we did
Four
the
out of
same
five of the
thing.
season. Hold on, four out of, to the why I don't like the Knicks. Because remember, all the Knicks fans like, oh, you're a Knicks fan, this and that, this and that. Now I'm telling y'all why I don't like y'all. You know what I'm saying? They gotta like, bro. 4 out of 5 of the seasons they go to the playoffs under with Tibbs' tutelage, right? As a coach, right, head coach, and on top of that, they get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They ain't did that shit in 25 years. Just those stats could show there's room for improvement. Now, I'm saying that to say, Mark Jackson, he was a rookie. He was a fucking rookie. He got like a rookie of the year, or he had broke a assist record or something when he was with the Knicks. Bro, they trade him, and then he beat them with the Pacers.
I know who would
Like
be a good coach for them. PJ Carlissimo, one of our old coaches.
he said, PJ Carlissimo.
That's his name, right? He
That's the
took
one
us.
who got choked.
He took us to the playoffs and everything, and we let him go the following year.
Wait, didn't he? Wasn't he on the Knicks before? Because Latrell Sprewell choked him.
I
No, he
don't.
said that on Golden State. That was on
Oh,
Golden State.
I don't think so.
No.
Carlissimo.
Latrell Sprewell left the Golden
Golden
State
State
Warriors
because he
because of
choked
that
him and went
incident.
to the Knicks.
Yeah,
Right,
PJ
right. But it was, I think it was
PJ.
like a year gap. Like he was
Hey yo,
suspended from
PJ.
the
I
league
only
for like a
remember that
minute.
because of the Cam rhyme. He said choke a hole like PJ Carlissimo. But
Nah,
Damn.
to me he was one of like hey yo, they did what we did, bro. Like they went star hunting, they gave up their picks, they gave up their homegrown players. Like we did that with Karis
No, we
LeVert.
didn't do that with Cam Thomas.
No,
That
we
ain't
did
never
that with
happened with Cam Thomas.
Karis LeVert,
Yeah,
Jared Loudon. We did that
sure.
with all our players, and we added D'Lo at that time. It was kind of like that push. We doing good, and then they fired everybody. They fired the coaches when they got their stars when they lost in the playoffs. They got rid of certain players, and then we went star hunting again. That's what they're gonna have to. If it don't work next year, they're gonna have to try to go for it. It's gonna have to continue to keep on looking for a star because you already fucked up your whole shit. We fucked it up, bro. All they had to do was keep that little core that they had and add. If they would have added Towns with some of them players that they let go,
Mm-hmm.
you had a better team. They was playing like
Throwing,
a team.
throwing DiVincenzo in the fold was nasty work, bro. Because when you look at the playoffs, again, he not the number 1 or 2 option. Everybody talking about, oh, well, Mikal did. He played great in the playoffs. DiVincenzo had 39 in the playoffs. You trade that guy? Fuck out of here. So my thing is, everybody want to praise Leon Rose and all of this shit that GMs is doing. Man, fuck all of that. Y'all trade DiVincenzo, somebody who had 30. This is not your first option that scored 39. Did Cat have fucking 39 in the playoffs?
I think so.
That's my point.
I
He
think
the
so.
second.
But Cat was wilding, bro. On
Cat is
offense,
no, but that's what I'm saying. Cat is the second option. You expect that from Cat if necessary. But DiVincenzo, you he on your bench. He cool with coming off your bench. He ain't asking for no crazy money. He like, I'm playing with my college teammate. This is the bro.
they
You
kept the
trade
wrong.
that guy to fit
They,
in Mikal Bridges. Did Mikal Bridges play better in the playoffs than DiVincenzo last season? You see what I'm saying? They fucked up. They fucked up. They wanted, and King Ribby RM, man, that type of negativity is not accepted on a Big Fan Breezy show. Jordy Fernandez is staying. He ain't getting fired. Don't put that in the chat. You feel what I'm saying? Don't be on it like that. Word. Bow. Look how fast I did that. Look. Now, all I'm gonna say is this: Jordy Fernandez is his job is not the same job as what Tibbs was supposed to do. Tibbs was supposed to take a playoff a player in Randall and make him to an All Star, which he did. A player in R.J. Barrett, and see what get the most out of R.J. Barrett. Did he do that? That's up for debate. That's up for Knicks fans to say. All I'm saying is he did what he was supposed to do, and y'all did him dirty too. Did Randall dirty? Did Mark Jackson dirty? Did Ewing dirty? Y'all just got Ewing back. I've been telling T-Time that. I told him that on a podcast. I said, y'all ain't going to never win it until y'all make it right with Ewing. Now I believe if they don't make it right with Mark Jackson, they ain't going to make it right. It's not going to it's not going to be right neither. Because Mark Jackson deserved to be a head coach in the NBA. And if the Knicks don't hire Mark Jackson, they not going to win an NBA championship. They not going to have a coach that's going to get them there to the promised land. I feel that way. That's just how the basketball karma. Listen, I'm going to just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? But I said what I said. Word. But, listen, man. Tony Tom, he says, facts. I met DiVincenzo last year. The game after I met him, I put a solo parlay on him. Points, rebound, assist, 3, and a steal. He hit only player I like over there, and they shipped him. LOL. Yo, it's crazy. Oh, man. Oh, man. Shout out to Love and Aries, Mrs. The Realist. Said, tell him. Yo, hello. How you doing, man? Guys, can y'all please hello to the one lady that like the champ.
What's good?
What up?
He just said, greet the woman when she walks in, man. You got have some manners.
You know what I'm saying? We got one woman that's a fan, man. We trying to get more women that's fans. Get some women that talk basketball. You know what I mean? So appreciate you. You know what I mean? She said hello to all of us. You know what I mean? Everybody got a hello. You know what I'm saying? Word,
Yo,
man.
Breezy,
Huh?
do you got a birthday wish for the Brooklyn Nets, man? If the Brooklyn Nets could give you a birthday gift, what would the gift be from the Nets right now?
It will be. I'm glad you asked me that, Jay. I love you for that, man. I would want Cam Thomas and whoever we draft to become a duo.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's what I want.
Then you ain't put Dayron Sharp in your birthday wish? No, I'm joking. But
Yeah,
word. When is it?
I would
They
have
gotta
said
wait till
Pat Wax the fuck up.
they gotta wait till after the finals is over to do all the re-signings and shit.
Yeah, draft. I think the draft like the 25th, and then free agency is the following month after that. So,
All
Mhm.
right.
but shit happens at draft too. I think trades and shit.
Because they gotta. I think one of the first things they gotta do is figure out what they paying Cam and how to keep Dayron too.
But hold on, Jay. Let me ask you this, because I said this. Hey, this is what I feel. I think whoever we draft at 8, I'm actually so breezy too. So y'all can answer how y'all want. But
I don't think. I think they might use that to go up.
do you?
I think
But
so.
no. But so my question is, to whoever we draft, whether if we move up or not, right? Do you think that Jordy Fernandez can make them either two things, a two-way player, or and a star?
Yes, but I'm not with everybody else where everybody should keep talking about this pair. I think whatever player you draft, they not gonna be unless you get in. Like none of these niggas out like coming out the draft. I'm hit is like a Kobe or you get what I'm saying, somebody that's gonna be completely ready. Does even Fears? You feel me? He'll be a great scorer, but who's to say he little as fuck? He ain't gonna know how to guard. There's gonna be a lot of shit players gonna have to learn. I'm still looking at it like Cam Thomas is in his what about to be 25 or is he 25? How old is
We
Cam?
about to be 24.
He's about to be
Yeah.
24. I'm still looking at his age and the way the Nets gonna go. You get what I'm saying? Like if you
Right.
sign Cam Thomas, do you want him to win or do you want him to get a bunch of young players and help them grow? You get what I'm saying? Or do you want to get players his
Well,
age that want to win right now, young and
yeah.
that can still play?
Everybody's
no,
talking
no,
about the
but
draft,
not,
but you
but
need if no 1 second. I'm gonna shut up. Cam
no, no, no. I was
Thomas,
going to add to that. I
Cam
just wanted
Thomas,
you to,
Cam
yeah.
Thomas needs. If you sign him and you looking at him like, all right, this is my guy now that you if they signing him and we the only ones that could get him all his money, I don't think he want to just be there to develop and wait 3 years to win. You get what I'm saying? So he's been through all the losing already and having to sit on the bench.
Listen, no, no, no. But that's why I was trying to add to what you were saying. Like, and I just checked before I pulled up. The average age of OKC is the average age for their team roster is 24 years and 148 days, bro. So I'm saying at the same Cam Thomas, he'll be 24. Whether the next, if they build a team around his age right now to compete for a championship, that makes sense. Cam Thomas could use the age from 23 to 24, 24 to 25, 25 to 26. These next 3 years, they could put Cam Thomas and whoever they building this team with Cam Thomas, not around Cam Thomas, but with Cam Thomas. Um, you know what I'm saying? They could win in that window of 3 seasons. And I'm saying that to say that that's no harm, no foul on Cam Thomas, him being 23. That's what 26. He'll be up for contract. That's what I'm saying. The Knicks, I'm not the Knicks, excuse me. The Nets, they could easily sign Cam Thomas to a 3-year contract, a 4-year contract. Everybody
I
wins
think
in
it'll
that
be three.
situation. You know what I'm saying?
I think it'll be 3 years of like 115 because
Okay.
they don't only because every other team only got 15 to spend. You get what I'm saying? We the only one
Yeah,
that can give Cam a buck 30, a $1.50. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
he might be back on the team friendly deal with an opt out in like the third year or the second year. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I just feel like I'm not really focused on having the best duo of anything. The game is played with 5 people. I want to have the best team. You know
that's
what I mean? The best team that plays together. Whatever works, and we just got to build chemistry. And I don't think we build chemistry by having a bunch of new guys every year. So that's why I think that a lot of the guys from last year need to stay, and we need to consolidate those picks. We got 5 picks in this draft. We need to consolidate it to 2 or 3.
yeah, I feel like a lot of them need to stay, but I also feel like a lot of them don't need to start. You get what I'm saying? Like
Would you say? Say it again.
I feel like a lot of them need to stay, but I also feel like a lot of them don't need to start.
Oh yeah, right. Of course, of
You
course.
get what I'm saying? I just feel like Cam Thomas deserves a better lineup, and he shouldn't be going in the season next season with a bunch of rookies. You get what I'm saying? That's all.
Mhm.
Other than that, I'll be good with the direction they go. Long as you thinking about the players that you signing and they and they career too. So
I think we need to be trading up at some point in this
pack
draft,
CJ the fuck up.
even if we don't get into the top 5. If we get another top 10 or top 15 pick, that would be all right too.
But yeah,
No,
but
that's a fact.
again, hold on. Mo Beastie said he agree with Jay. So let's just say there. Like, I want to see if I agree. If me and Jay agree on this. Like, I think we should keep our draft picks up to 2027. Like after that, I'm talking turkey. After that, I'm you know what I mean. I'm talking. I might put some of my pushing my chips on in the table. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for
Why?
elbow room. You know what I mean? I'm looking
What makes you
across.
want to do that?
I'm saying who want to deal? Who's the movers? Who's the shakers? Who won a
But what makes you
2020
want to do that
31
though?
pick? Bro, but that's what I'm saying. It's 30. It's 29 other teams. You're trying to tell me nobody want to talk turkey? Nobody want
No,
to talk
I'm just asking you what makes you want to do that though.
because
Why?
as far as the window, far as in Brooklyn, I think the window for winning in Brooklyn is about three to 4 seasons. We want to see us back in the playoffs competing in that 4th season for sure. That 3rd season, yes, maybe. That 2nd season, maybe not so much. But I'm
So
saying,
then,
and I'm saying from now. I'm not talking about last year. I'm not
I
talking
ain't
about last
trying
year.
to
I'm
be
talking about
like the
from now.
Blazers,
so,
bro.
so then, if that's how you feeling, then why wouldn't you trade them picks at that point when you think we would be actually ready for competing, rather than just talk turkey with them right now? You talk turkey with them then after you build up more shit, more assets.
Because
That's what I'm trying to say.
because of what
That's
they're
what I'm
saying
trying to
about
say.
because of what they're saying about this next draft. You feel what I'm saying? And this draft. Because so we know all of the work that we put in as fans about what the draft is, right? So I'm saying that to say we know the players that kind of like we kind of did what we call scouting and kind of figure if they was part of the roster, like you said, Jay, consolidate these players. I don't necessarily know if we're gonna have 4 players to be in a rotation, but realistically, Jordy Fernandez play like a 10-man rotation. We get like 2 or 3 of these players out of the first this year's draft, and we get to do that by moving up. How we moving up? I'm willing to trade 2031, 2030, 2029, 2028. Yo, I'm pushing all those chips to the middle of the table. You feel what I'm saying? I'm
I
keeping
don't think we need to.
2026, 2027. After that, I don't know. I would talk to y'all about it. Like I'll consult with the homies. You know what I'm saying? See what we
Only
gonna do
thing,
with those things
only
for
thing
2028. But
I could
nah,
see if we ain't have cap space and nothing like that. So I want to me when you got money, you gotta go get some type of players. I don't want the Nets to spend and don't get mad at me on G League players right now. Like 5 of them on our team. Hell no.
Yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I want to see more out of some of the G League
No,
players
no, I
because I
want to
think
see
they did
more.
well.
No, I want to
talk
see
that
more
shit.
out of what's
Tosan
his
Uwoma.
Talk
nah,
that
get
shit.
pack him the fuck up.
What? Tosan was going crazy for us.
Nah,
People
I'm
can't
Nah,
stop Tosan,
I
bro.
like the point guard that we got because
Keon Johnson.
Yeah,
Keon Johnson because
I like him too.
even though he like a robot to me, he was good on defense and he competitive as shit. Like it's
And
certain
he
No,
niggas.
no,
got
but
money.
no. Hold on. Nah, so greasy. Why not Tosan? Like, nah, bring it back,
Yo,
man. What's
But
going on
I
they
there?
think I think we already got enough forwards. Like
they can't stop Tosan, bro.
um
He's
but
strong. He's
but
smart.
Tosan came in right, but the white boy did better than him.
No, Timmy too. I was gonna say
You
Timmy
get
too.
what I'm
I
saying?
like Timmy.
That's why I put it on like that. The white boy automatically had aura everything. He came ready with
No, but he already had aura from Gonzaga. Tosan came out of nowhere and was just giving niggas buckets, bro. Niggas ain't no Tosan. Tosan kept us in a lot of them games, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
Especially
we already got a lot of power forwards. So I look at it like nah, because we might get one in the
No, we
draft.
don't. No, we don't got a lot of power forwards, man. We got Noah Clowney, and that's it.
well, we got Noah Clowney, we got Zaire
So,
Williams, we got Tosan, we got
hold
Timmy.
on. Are you
But
calling
Zaire,
Timmy
Zion
is kind
Williams
of a
a fraud?
center.
Zaire was our small forward, I
I don't
believe.
think he should be a 4. I think that should change.
Who
That
Zaire?
should change. Yeah, he should be a 3.
Okay, but he be at 4 a lot.
No, it's just something about Tosan that I don't like watching him play. I don't
But
like
that's what
watching.
I was telling y'all about the fact that all we do is play positionless basketball. So they want to put everybody anywhere. They be having Trendon at the 1. Trendon could be a 3 or a 4. But it's like they just
Nah,
be
but I think this the year we draft. If we keep 8, we might get that big ass black center from Duke. So
timing. Yeah, I like him. So if we get him, that'll be good. If we
you get
get
what I'm saying?
Fierce,
Yeah, I
I
just
like
don't.
Fierce too, but
I just like a few niggas off the roster, and then you got to go spend money on somebody. You feel me? I don't. I want niggas that can keep us winning. It's hard for G leaguers to come in and like we would depend on 5 G leaguers for the next
mhm.
3 years. I want
Well,
Yeah.
James Martin to stay.
bro, we gotta
He got his
build
contract.
chemistry. We gotta build chemistry. We gotta keep
Not with
play.
the whole roster though. You get what I'm saying? Like even Indiana right now, they got a few pieces that they moved to build that team.
Yo, as much as Clax is my guy, if
He
we
gotta
get
go.
Common Maluat, I wouldn't really mind seeing what the team is like without Claxton.
Malachi could play inside. He can dribble. He could shoot the 3. He could come on now, man.
And then we still would have Dayron too
And then
and
you still
Maluat.
would have Dayron.
You could re-sign Dayron if you trade Claxton, you re-sign Dayron to a cheaper contract. You're set. Like that works. It really does.
Come on, don't come in with the cheaper contracts, man.
No, it's a fair. You know what I mean. It's like,
Him,
You could have
I
just
think
said
Clax.
re-sign him. You
I
ain't just
think
have.
I think
You ain't have to throw
all
the
right,
cheap in there.
re-sign him.
I think Clax and CJ gotta go. I think they on a different timeline. I think they gotta go. Like
Definitely.
But Claxton might stay throughout the year though and get traded at the deadline. He might not get traded like immediately.
all these
Uh,
But
rumors, all
but
these
it
rumors
just
about him
depends on
going
what
to
he
the.
do. Because
But
Claxton is low key one of the cornerstones of the team right now though.
hey yo, but they keep talking. They've been talking about this shit since last year. Now they saying that he might be going to the Lakers, bro. I'm telling you, like I
Y'all seen this year they put Claxton in all of the ads and shit. He had his own little clothing line up in that shit. Like they like Claxton.
He wants $200 for his clothes. I ain't paying
No,
that money.
them shit, that sweater was expensive.
Out of here, bro.
I'm just saying the organization has to like him if they putting him in that type of position. Pause.
he
No,
got to average more points. Like Jordan wouldn't have made as much money as he did if he averaged Claxton numbers.
But
all
But
right.
he's
Let
a
me ask you
Claxton
defensive
this:
guy though. He's
Would you
a
trying
trade
to
defensive
sell
guy.
clothes and he averaging like fucking 11 points
Let me
and
ask you
now
this:
and
Would you trade Clax for the dude in if say we draft that center and then we went and got the dude from the Kings. What's his name again? The white boy,
Who, Sabonis?
Sabonis?
Sabonis. They saying he might not want to be there no more because all of the shit that they traded everybody from that team.
yeah, you
Eh,
know he gonna be they gonna connect him to Jordy Fernandez. You know
How
they're gonna
old
do
is
that.
Sabonis? How old is Sabonis?
he's almost 30, I think. He's gonna be 30, I think.
The bonus with Cam Thomas on his team, Cam Thomas with the catch and shoot, it's tough, man. That's
I don't know. If it's to Jay's point, if you
And
draft
then you
Common
draft
Mallywalk,
and then
you
you
don't need to
draft a
worry
giant
about that.
and then you draft a giant from Duke because he getting old because Sabonis is old, and then you can have a young center to back him up and be a starter in a year or two. Come on, man, that's something
And then you could put Dayron at power forward.
that's wild. Dayron would go crazy at
They're
power
on a
forward.
4.
Yo, he would
Oh
go crazy
man.
at power forward. I swear to God.
Yo, I do think Dayron would be crazy at power forward, bro.
You know who they should think about drafting? Thomas Sorber. He's the guy I think you could play at the 4 and the 5. He's like a young Bam Adebayo. He would be good on this team. He can rebound well. He's got a mid-range shot. You could put
I,
him next to
I'm
somebody drafting this, a center maybe.
I'm really thinking that the Nets is gonna go after that Noah Isingale guy and
Yeah.
Baby Giannis.
and maybe Kyle Maluat. Because I know they like international players. I've been
Yeah.
hearing about Isingale all the way since the beginning of the year, and I ain't know who he was. And I've been saying it's gonna be some random Frenchman to come out of nowhere.
That would be something. I think he's definitely improving his stock. I got to see a little more though, but I know he had a
what I'm
double
saying.
double performance recently, which was interesting. If he could be a double double
Yeah, I
machine
think
on
he
this team,
playing in the playoffs out there right now.
yeah, he could definitely be an option for us. But I think right now you're hoping Fears and Maliwak is within your ballpark. But if the both of them off the board, Noah Senge definitely like moves up in that eighth spot. I'd even say
Listen,
Carter Bryant and Yegor
What
Demin are
what y'all
honorable
listen,
mentions.
what y'all think
listen.
about the last five MVPs have all been international players though?
Yeah, no, I like that, but I wanted to get to your first point. Hey, my thing is, I don't know these players, but it's the quotas that I want Jordy to reach, and that's if Noah Senge or whoever we draft can become a two-way player, and you know what I'm saying, be really good on defense and a good rebounder. When y'all say he had a double double, what kind of double double was it? What did he do?
Points and rebounds.
I
Points
think it
and
was
rebounds.
22 and
Yeah,
16 or some shit like that.
20. Okay, that's tough. That's tough. And what he supposed to be a power forward?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I
I think
know.
Or pack
I remember
CJ
the
the fuck
team.
up for the
The
third
team
pick.
been scouting him all year though.
Pack CJ the fuck up for the third pick, and that might give us even a better conversation.
I'm telling you, I just think we need to
Nah,
move
let's
up with
have that
some of these picks.
conversation. So
Pack
go
is
ahead.
26 and
Tracy.
27. Pack is 26 and 27 for 15 or some shit like that.
Oh no! All right, so
Ooh.
hold on. All of the late first round draft picks. CJ, our draft pick for the third pick. That's too much.
What's the Spurs' second
I
pick?
do two. Yeah, I do two and CJ for the third round for the pick. Yeah, and if
Perfect.
they
Okay.
For Philly?
if they ask for something else, you might have to think about it because you might get that generational talent you're looking for.
You know,
That top
you
three, period. If you pair Harper with Cam Thomas or Ace with Cam Thomas, you still looking at something where as though in 2 years, 3 years, you might be a competitive team. So hell yeah.
I tell you this, if Sean Marks was able to draft Ace or Harper and rectify what happened to draft Florida Night, that would be one of the most legendary things I've ever seen in my life
But you
because that
got
would literally
60
change our
million
whole
after that to
future if he
spend.
did that.
You
I
got
don't know.
you got 60 million after that to spend. So everything is banking on the draft right now.
Right. Well, I'll tell you this: we have so many assets to work with. We could trade our two late picks. We could give them their Philly pick back. If I think we give them their Philly pick back, that should be more than enough to get Ace Bailey from them. We basically give them an extra pick that if things backfire with Embiid, they have an extra, way out of that. I think we could come up with a great package to get Ace Bailey from them. It's just, what do they want? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of options. We're gonna see what happens, but I do think that we got 5 picks in this draft, and I don't think we need 5 players, low key. But
Right.
I agree
because
with you on that.
look,
That's a fact.
John is here, and I know he's one of the people that feel like we don't got a lot of talent on this team. But I do think we got some talent on this team, and chemistry is the most important part to this whole puzzle. And if you keep just plugging anybody in every year and changing the whole team, niggas is never going to be able to build a strong foundation to be able to go somewhere. Even if you just get a whole bunch of talent and put them together, they not going to gel unless they got chemistry.
Yeah, but you also got to make sure them three players. If you look at it in the league right now, they keep them top three players or them top two together, and then they keep building around them. Players come and go every year unless you
Right.
a champion, unless you like a real championship team like the Bulls, the Warriors, you know, so on and so on. But
I
other
feel
than
like
that,
it's about more than just 3 players. Like it got to be more than keeping 3 players together. And I don't got the examples on the top
I'm
of my
talking
head,
about
but I
far as
know it's more
contract.
than just you got to keep a core of people.
I'm talking
Like,
about how the league is set up. It's about the money, bro. You want to be for
hmm
real. Most
hmm
of these teams, if you're looking at it, the Knicks don't look nothing like the same team for 4 years ago. If you're looking at it, even OKC, they they start winning with their young kids, and they the first team to ever do it with that.
yeah, I'm about to say I feel like they got mad at the same people.
You get nod, but
Like they only got rid of a few people and they added a few people, but they ain't get
that's
rid of
what I
the whole
mean though.
team.
They top three like you. It's him, Jalen Daniels, and who else after that? Been there long. Dart.
Dort, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's their defense. They two offensive guys that play on both ends. Like, and then you got your centers. They centers been coming and going. Pause. Um,
See, but that's what I like about their team. They just drafted everybody. Like niggas ain't do a whole lot of trades. It's just Hartenstein, Shea, but that was original, the first trade, and then Hartenstein and Caruso they added. Like, but everybody else they drafted pretty much.
You know what it is, Jay? I agree with you. Chemistry is important. I think for the Nets right now, we have a lot of guys that could be solid bench pieces. We need starting core. That's what it comes down to. I think Cam Thomas, you can definitely say he's a starter on this team. Noah Clowney, I think that's still up in the air. He needs to be healthy and expand the offensive game. And Claxton, if you move off of him, you definitely got to get another starter, and that could be Common Maliwalk. But but also, like if you trade up and get Ace Bailey, he could definitely be a starter on this team. I think for the Nets, you hope to come away with at least two guys who could potentially be starters in your rotation. I think that's a good
you
victory
get
for
your
this
three.
team.
Get your three. You can compete a little. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I definitely agree.
get your three, you could compete a little and then add around them, and then you keep your bench the same. That's why I said at least like a few of our G League players could stay, but some of them niggas got to go back and just in case for emergencies. You know, them niggas got to.
Exactly.
Some of them got to go back, and you could go get like a few minimum like players. It don't look like a lot of teams is even in the playoffs. It don't look like a lot of the players that was in the playoffs gonna be there because of the cap. So,
Right. Right. And
they
another
talking
thing is
about
that
us getting Porzingis and shit like that, bro. Like,
they may give us 2 picks for Porzingis, man. I'm
yeah,
not taking
like,
$30 million on for cheap, man. you gotta pay to play, right?
they saying we could rape pause Boston. They talk about we could get Porzingis and
Oh
picks and all types of crazy shit.
Yeah,
man.
my thing is, I don't think the team wants to
Because
take
we
it
still
take it
got
slow. I want to take this shit slow, if
nah, I do
build it
too,
up, but
but
I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna make a move and try to get shit
got too
shaking.
much money, bro. Like, you
Right.
think we gonna spend the whole 60 mil on our team? Hell no.
No. You know what the Nets got to do? You take on expiring salaries this summer. You keep adding to your draft chest. You could have similar cap space the following year where the free agency market is way better. You have way more options at your hands. I think that's what the Nets are going to try to do because this free agency, not really too exciting. So I think the Nets, if they play their cards right, you could have a similar number of cap space the following year. Then you make those big moves and you're like, damn, here are the Nets. And I would say this too, with so many guys coming off the later part of this draft, trading up, I think, should be an advantage for the Nets because you don't want other players to now start moving up because other guys in the later part of the portion you probably had as options are now off the board. So I think you got to trade up if you're the Nets because there could definitely be some guys whose stock has now moved them upwards, and the Nets can't afford to just take scraps at the end of the day. If there are guys you want, got to be aggressive on draft night to make it happen.
Listen,
We're gonna do. I
it's
know we're gonna do something, bro.
yeah. I don't think they
We
gonna
got
sit
too much
around.
damn money, bro. Like,
Right.
it's no way. Like, because if you look at it, right, how the season ended, going to get players like D'Lo and shit like that. Sean Marks, if he see a player he gonna spin a bag on it,
Oh, I
or
hope you
he
don't
gonna make
bring
it.
Karis LeVert back. See that rumor
I
about
yo,
them
I don't
not
got
bringing
no problem
Karis
with that.
back?
Yeah, I saw that. I
Hey,
saw
yo,
that.
I ain't got no problem with bringing a vet back. That a lot of fans really like Levert, bro.
I know, but it's
I think he's gonna go for some big names. Like he want Trey Young, he want
He
Giannis, he
always.
want Ja Morant, he want
Oh nah, he ain't going to get them niggas. He ain't got the bread. We ain't got the assets for it. That's the
he
only
want
reason.
he
We,
want
uh,
and he gonna try to bring in 2 people at the same time, the same way.
that would be wild if he brought
He
Giannis
gonna
and
try to do
Trey.
something.
I think it's
Giannis and
interesting.
Trey, you said?
Yeah, I think it'd be an interesting combo, especially against the Knicks. But our bench, what is the bench going to look like? Because you'd be committing over $115 million to those 2 guys, so your bench would kind of be mostly minimum salary guys. I don't know how that would be long term, but it's definitely something that could be exciting. But to your point, like you listen, if you don't get Giannis this summer, there's no point in getting a John Morant or Trey Young. We're kind of working ass backward at that point. If you get Giannis, your expectation would be, okay, who's my secondary star coming to this team with whatever I have left? And I keep telling people this. You can't just do a swap with the Bucks. You got to bring in Portland or the Pelicans who have their Bucks picks. You're going to need a third team so the Nets don't get screwed on all their assets. But if Sean Marks just goes and trades everything we got for Giannis, you're not going to be left with a lot to get a secondary star. You're going to have to say, hey, Giannis, we'll get expiring salaries. We'll have cap space the following year. Maybe we'll sign you a star, but are you willing to wait a year for us? That's where I think could be a problem. Like the Nets would have to be ready as soon as you get Giannis. I don't know if we're this market this summer is that appetizing, for the Nets to make all that happen.
I don't think we're gonna get him, bro.
Yeah.
I don't Giannis
I,
just
I
don't
think
seem
we'll
like
go
a
after
realistic
Zion
thing to me.
for Giannis, bro.
I've been saying Giannis don't seem realistic to me just because he getting older and I feel like he would want to go to a more favorable, easier situation. This seems like it would be a more difficult situation for him.
He always said, I don't. That's too easy. I could have did that. It's too easy.
Well,
Well,
the ironic thing is he won a championship on one of the worst markets of the NBA. So imagine he came to Brooklyn somehow finals and the other team is like great, but they have like certain injuries and he wins a title, Giannis would be a legend. Like nobody could say Giannis is not a top 5 superstar of all time. If he came to a team like Brooklyn, help them win their first ever title. I think that's what the appeal always with Brooklyn. If you're a star and you come to this team, you're part of a first. Something that could never be taken away from you. That like puts you in legendary status. I think that's why Giannis needs to be intrigued on this team because it's like we've never gotten to a finals appearance in Brooklyn yet in almost 10 years. Like that would be something for him that could change his whole legacy and make him a legend. So I always think that's an enticing thing for stars because you always part of something that's first. Nobody takes that away from you.
I seen
That takes the
I
appeal
seen
And
it
the
that
only
too,
Brooklyn
reason
man.
why I
has.
keep saying the multiple stars thing because it's the same thing from like Paul Pierce and KG. Like when they brought them in, when they bring in KD and Kyrie, when they bring in, it was two other people before. I think it was Jason Kidd and somebody else at the same time. Like they like to bring in multiple at the same time. It's not just gonna be one guy if
And
they
yo,
do that.
I think they should try to luck up like how Indiana did with Halliburton. It's going to be teams, young teams right now, willing to give up players that they don't really think can play is the guy, and we just go spend a little bag on them and keep some draft picks and trade them away and stay young
Yeah,
and see
that's
I,
what
how
I
it
think.
works.
I
I
tell
like
you
that.
this. I tell you this: the Knicks
So
picks we
like,
have, those are going to be very valuable in a few years. If this Knicks team is already starting their self destruction, if when the Nets are ready to
Self
trade for, let's say, a big
destruction. They
piece,
starting their self destruction.
yo, seriously. But I'm telling you, those Knicks picks, the ones that are in 28, 29, and 2031, those are going to be valuable assets that if you're ready, when the Nets are ready to jump and get a big piece, the teams are going to want those picks. I think that's a huge advantage. Let the value of those picks grow and let that Knicks team just keep going wherever they're going. And I
Yeah,
think the
Breeze
Nets
trying
are
to
going to
trade
have the
him now,
future.
man. Breeze trying to trade him now. So
Trade
what?
who?
The 2031 picks.
For what?
I was just asking why would you want to do that? But he said he
Yeah,
talking
trade
turkey
them. Trade
and
those
making
picks.
elbow room at the table with the 2031 pick.
Nah, that's what you got. Teams that let's be realistic about the trajectory of the Brooklyn Nets. We're gonna try to win it before 2031.
Right.
Yeah,
Those
but then
picks are going to be
imagine if
huge.
we do, and then we still got the Knicks pick who's trash in 2031 and get a number one pick with they pick too.
Wait,
Yeah,
would it be the
but
lottery,
that's
you
what I'm
think?
saying. They trying to invest in the draft of these next two seasons, this one and 2026. And I'm saying trade up to be in the lottery. Make sure you're in the lottery. You know what I'm saying? In these next two drafts, and I'm willing to trade 2031 and 2030 and 2029 and maybe 2028, depending on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, you know what I mean, just sell me anything. You know what I mean, you can't do that. So
I'm
I
cool.
don't know.
I'm cool on that. I'm them them Knicks picks, I feel
Look,
like those shits should be special. Like
Yep.
we should be making sure we get fucking every dollar out of them picks just to make them Knicks fans weep every time they see, damn, they got that nigga with our pick. Shit.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I
yeah, I'm
swear.
crying.
Like, imagine ultimate scenario. Nets trade those Knicks picks to get Ant-Man in a few years. The Knicks will never live it down. They're like, holy shit. They turn the picks from Miguel to Ant-Man.
right.
That would be the craziest shit ever.
Yeah, I would hope something like that. You know what I mean? I was saying that about the Bucks pick. I was like, yeah, because you know, we got it's all sweet basketball harmony. You know what I'm saying? From the basketball come. You know what I mean? They heard Kyrie, so and that was the Bucks that did it. We got the Bucks pick that player that we draft. He's going to help us. He's going to be on the championship roster. You know, all of these players that we draft from these teams that, you know what I'm saying, tried to style on us. You know what I mean? Started. Remember that in the battle rap? He said,
Mhm.
"I style on them."
You mad because I'm styling on you.
Yo, but nah, seriously. Hold on one second.
All right. But word, I really think we just gotta keep a lot of the team together, build chemistry, add to what we doing. If you're saying we getting some starters in the draft, we could, but I think they still gonna have to work their way up. Because we got some hungry dogs on the team. You like to make fun of the junkyard dogs, man. But I think we got some dogs on the team because they fight, bro.
Hey, if this junkyard squad gets the team to play, and I might have to keep that name permanent as a badge of honor, right? But listen,
Hmm.
I agree with you saying the chemistry is so important right now. And you look at all these teams right now. If you want to make big moves, you can't sacrifice all of your supporting pieces. I think teams have shown you, like Pacers and OKC, the
Hmm.
supporting pieces are just as important. But also at the same time, a lot of what OKC and Pacers, they did a lot of trade moves too that helped them get where they are as well. More so the Pacers than OKC. So I think look at two different strategies. Can you trade well to get your young talent, or can you draft well to get your young talent? It's going to be a mix.
Hey,
I
look.
hope Sean Marks looks at how these other teams do things and be like, hey, if I make this certain move for this player like they did, it's probably going to work out in my favor. But you have to have a direction. That's one thing with organization. What is the direction? Where do we see this team being in the next 2 to 3 years? I hope this draft shows us what that could look like, because you don't want to make redundant draft selections. You don't want to get two bigs when you have two bigs on this team. You want to be
But
able to get players that's what you need.
we also can't overlook the G League guys we got on the team because we could fucking slip and have a Pascal Siakam and just let him go and do nothing.
No, that's a very interesting thing. I mean, you look at Noah
Because
Senge. Could he
they
be a
said they
Pascal
said
potentially?
they said Pascal Siakam and Kawhi, I think, is the second highest scoring duo in the playoffs or some shit like that. And that's a dude that was in the
Yeah,
G League.
yeah. Now that was behind Wade and LeBron.
Yeah, over Jordan and Pippen.
Mm.
Uh, uh,
And
Yo, I think that's what I was saying about a duo, because Siakam, he could run the pick and roll with and the pick and pop with Halliburton. Halliburton, he could come in for the floater, so you got to pay attention to that. Or he could get all the way to the basket, got to pay attention to that. Or he could hit the three, so they could do pick and pops with each other, because you know what I mean. Like, just that duo part of it is the difference between Cat and Brunson. Cat and Brunson, they was teammates and they played on the same team, but they wasn't running no pick and rolls and pick and pops. They wasn't playing as no duo. That's what a duo does. That's what the natural two offenses, pick and roll and pick and pop. Siakam, he could pick and pop and get to the 3 point line. You know what I'm saying? Or he could pick and roll and get to the basket. Same thing with Halliburton. You got to pay attention to his midi, so you might want to double that, or he could finish, or he could draw the foul, or he could penetrate and dish. Like, he's doing a lot, so he tough, and a lot of times he finds Siakam, and that's because Siakam. If you watch him, what I've seen is he know how to box out. He be so he's somebody that's a big man that mounts in the house. He see you small in that paint, he got your ass. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I like about players like Siakam, bro, because they choose the obvious score point advantage. Like, you small on me, I'm taking you to the paint. Like, what you thought this was? Like, I'm about to, you know what, this is work. I'm about to give you this work. Word. Bless you. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
That's the
I
good
just
thing
think
about
that
this.
it could have went either way between Halliburton and Siakam as far as that Finals MVP. But that's a
yo,
good.
Breezo, Grandma told you happy birthday. She just called me. That's why I went mute. But she said happy birthday, bro.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, happy
so I said
birthday this
thank
week,
you.
Breeze. Happy birthday,
Yeah,
man.
It's
yeah,
tomorrow,
yeah.
but word.
Right.
Yeah, nah, yep. That's less than 24 hours. It count. Yeah, yo, it's like a string of Gemini. Gemini season. You know what I'm saying? The energy is there. You feel what I mean? Happy birthday to all the Geminis. You know what I'm saying? To everybody, everywhere. Tell her I said thank you, Jay. For real.
I will. I
Man.
will.
So yeah, you know what I mean? In the finals start on my birthday, I'm definitely watching the finals.
That's
I'm
awesome.
definitely watching the finals. You know what I'm saying? For my birthday, I should be able to. You know what I mean?
Hold on, the games come back on tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
First game tomorrow. Okay, and the Thunder, they got home court advantage. Word.
Hey yo, I really think the Thunder might, if they let Indiana get one, man. If they win this first game, it's gonna be hard to be like to knock their confidence down. Because to me, Indiana series was a little more physical than what they had to deal with over there. Or it up. They was just
Yeah.
blowing Timberwolves the fuck out.
Right. And you gotta know how Neesmith is. Neesmith was a little banged up. He had the ankle thing, and Towns landed on his knee, which took him out the game. If Neesmith is 100%, that's gonna be tough for OKC for our
85%
Pacers.
because he got time to rest a few days.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be honest with you. I think Neesmith and Nimhard, those are going to be so important for the Pacers. Their defensive effort is really going to tell you the pace because OKC has a sick pace. And if Nimhard and Neesmith aren't making those stops, it's going to be a long series for the Pacers. But I think the Pacers can, at worst, take one in OKC and take one in the Pacers and be tied going into, sudden death games against them. That would be the Pacers' best bet. You get one in OKC, you get one at home. That'd be their only way of making this a competitive series.
For
Yo, I mean, me personally, I feel like the Pacers gonna give them a run for their money. Literally, they're the fastest paced team in the league. They're gonna make OKC run. They better make sure that Shaq don't get in foul trouble because players like Neesmith, if he healthy, he going up his chest. Once I seen him do that shit to Donovan Mitchell, I said, yo, the league gonna be in trouble if they sleep on this dude, yo. Telling you, bro. He's somebody that'll change the whole trajectory of the momentum and taking having the fans on their side. If he dunk on somebody like Shaq, or if Shea on a home game dunk on somebody like Siakam, the fans is gonna go crazy. And I'm saying that the fans gonna be the sixth man in there. Who win these home court games is gonna be serious because that's what I really think is gonna happen. I think the home teams is going to win their games. I think OKC going to win both of those, but it's going to be close. I think
Nah.
You think it's going to be a steal?
I think Indiana gonna steal at least one.
me too.
I think the first one really. I think everybody counting them out. I think OKC might be on their high horse ever since Shea bought them rollies. You know what I mean? I feel like Halliburton been surprising people the whole time, especially game ones.
Right.
I feel like everybody's counting out the Pacers, and y'all know as much as I've been bigging up OKC on this channel. Know what I mean? I feel like after speaking to the OKC fans, I want them to lose. I want to see Halliburton win.
That would be that. Listen, that would be one of the craziest comebacks in NBA history and the most unexpected championship wins ever.
And
I like an
especially,
underdog story. Jay, you know I like a good
did you see
underdog
the other
story.
day, John, when they called the MVP and Halliburton thought it was him and he was about to step up, and then they called Pascal?
I feel like that was an ESPN move. They never want to give players like Halliburton the credit. Now, listen, I understand. You can make arguments that certain guys, like let's say Brunson, is a better point guard than Halliburton, but who got to the finals? Halliburton. Who
Yo,
gets to the finals is the guy that deserves to be better than the other guy because he played his ass off. And Halliburton dropped a triple-double. I think Halliburton's the only point guard in this whole playoff run to drop a triple-double. I don't know if I'm right or not, but somebody should check that. Like Halliburton played his ass off this whole playoff run. Without him, they weren't playing well. If you look at all the games against the Knicks, without Halliburton playing well, they didn't play well.
I think it would be a beautiful script if the most overrated player gets finals MVP.
They better give it to him, but they're not just giving it to Pascal.
That would be
Go ahead.
a fire script right there. Like he gets voted the most overrated player by his peers, and he proves that everybody through game winners, through fucking having one of the most highest assist to turnover ratios in history in the playoffs. I think it is the highest, and then win finals MVP. That would be showing niggas.
Definitely. And like you said, for OKC, if they don't win, it's like, damn, you had the most stacked team in the whole league and you let the underdogs beat your ass. What happens to OKC's future? But Shea, he's due for Supermax this summer. I know people talking about them being an option for Giannis, but you paying Shea a lot of money. Giannis is making over 50. That would definitely shorten OKC's timeline, given what they give up to get Giannis. So you wonder if they don't win, what's their next move? Because they have pretty much a full roster and they have a couple picks coming up this summer. They're going to have to make moves. So for OKC, I think they should be feeling some pressure right now. You got to win with this group, or else you're going to have to start making certain moves around the roster to still keep your core intact, or there might be star options you go after to pair with Shea. There could be a lot of things they have to address if they don't win this year. So I agree, Jay. As much as Pacers have a lot of pressure, OKC has a lot of pressure to win.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. A lot of people counting the Pacers out. It's just I'm not counting. I'm not counting them out so easily. And I like I said, I like OKC, but the OKC fans, they are too smug with it. Like they really think they got it in the bag. It's no way they could lose. And I think there are lots of scenarios where they can lose.
Mm. They definitely
I
got
think
Pacers
it's. I
definitely got to
think.
take one or two to make this a really good series. They got to take at least
Yo,
one out of two.
turnovers is going to be a key factor
Yo,
in this series because if the OKC they supposed to have the best defense, if they could get the Pacers to turn the ball over, which they haven't been doing a lot, if they could get Halliburton personally to turn the ball over a lot, it's going to be an easy series for them. But if Halliburton can figure out their defense and cut it up the same way he been doing everybody else's defense, it's going to be a long series for the OKC.
yo, I don't. I hear that, and I know they known for defense. And I wish I had the laptop right now to pull up what was the score when they played each other in the regular season. But I think that pick and roll, pick and pop between Halliburton and Siakam could do damage to that defense, bro.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I have no evidence of this, but to say that this goes 6 or 7 to me. This is not some. And the reason what I was saying, and I agree with Jay. That's why I push back, but because the Pacers could still win, but to the point, it could go 6 or 7 because both of these teams could still win. Both of these teams could go on the road and win a game. We've
And
seen it
both of them
happen.
have amazing playoff atmospheres at home.
But more importantly, the clutch part of winning, we've seen more from the Pacers than the Thunder. The Thunder just making easy work out of the teams that they play. We haven't seen them
They
in
went
fourth quarter
7.
to
Hold up, don't say that because
win.
they go 7 with the Nuggets.
Still Nuggets.
Right,
The
right.
And
Nuggets
That
did.
was
look, the
very
Pacers
funny.
they go 7 with nobody. They finished their first 2 and 5, one with the 6. So they've been making easy work out their opponents.
Right. And here's another thing. The Pacers have excelled in pressure-induced situations. 3 times in the playoffs, they were down
That's what
10
I'm saying.
with a minute to go, and they came back to win. OKC in pressure moments this season, they've definitely had moments where they collapse and just don't have the energy or the consistency. And I'll tell you this. You know what the last team in the Eastern Conference was to beat OKC? The Pacers.
No,
But
Yeah.
okay,
no, it was
I
the
didn't know that.
Cavaliers. It was the Cavaliers.
No, you sure it was the Pacers? I saw a stat where it says it
No.
was the Pacers.
It was the Cavaliers.
Even
Oh,
if
okay.
even
OKC.
if yeah.
Well, you in the playoffs? You saying or just period? Because I
It,
know for the season they said OKC only lost to one East Coast team, and it was the Cavaliers.
No, it was the Pacers. Check the score. Pacers beat them 120 to 110, I believe.
mm-hmm. See, my
If you
point
say
is,
so.
listen. No, I'm glad you had that back and forth because that's the point. Is even with their defense being the best in the league, Pacers put up 120 points. That's a lot of points. So who's playing who game? If they score 120 points, you're playing the Pacers game. When the Knicks beat the Pacers, trust me, it was right shy of 100 points or right above 100 points. That's playing the Knicks game. If you playing the Pacers game, you trying to it's like they bring you out and they drown you. Like you're not gonna score with us. If you're gonna try to outscore with us, you're not gonna do that. And that goes for even OKC. What happened with the other game in the regular season? What? Because they played 2 games. One is everybody got a home game. Like what happened in the other game? Because I'm asking to see like what was the score? Because these high scoring
Okay,
games,
like I said,
the
the
Pacers win the high scoring games.
Oklahoma City Thunder with 29-1 versus the Eastern Conference this series. The only loss they had was 129 to 122 versus the Cleveland Cavaliers on January 8th.
Okay, but all right. So
The,
the Pacers didn't beat them all season.
they beat the Pacers 120-114, and that looked like that's it.
They only played them one time.
It looked like it.
All right, but the game they lost, the team scored 129 points.
No. No, the game they lost, the team scored 129.
They beat them in March. The Pacers beat the Thunder in March, 121 to 111. Thunder won the other. Wait, actually, the Pacers beat them twice. They beat them in April
Wait,
and
I don't
March.
see that on here. What you looking at? I'm looking at stat views.
Wait, let me check. I gotta
But
refresh.
look at the season. Is it 2024, 2025?
Yeah, it's a 2024, 2025.
Easy said that was the game of the year.
Well, when Cleveland and OKC, it was,
Thanks.
and then they
Oh,
beat Cleveland 134 to 114 on the 16th, like 8 days later. But Cleveland was the only team to beat them.
okay.
Well, only East team. But all I'm saying, I'm not saying the Pacers can't do it. They can, I feel like. Because losing by 4 points, that ain't by 6. They lost by 6. That ain't a blowout.
Right.
And
And, and I,
it's the playoffs. It's different.
yeah, and I think both teams, not just OKC, because OC definitely had enough rest. But Pacers after that series, it wasn't that crazy. Like they got enough rest. It didn't go to 7. Like if it would have went to 7, their rest would have been probably dismal. But now that they, you know what I mean, took the Knicks to 6, they had what was that Saturday?
Yeah,
Uh,
they had enough rest. They chill it.
yeah, they ready.
I'll tell you this: the matchup to look out for is going to be Caruso and Halliburton. Caruso has been so exceptional for OKC, and the fact they got him with no picks was one of the heights of the century. Man, he's been one of their best defensive pieces.
Hold up.
Early on, they're
We
going to
need to
put him
look
against
back then.
Halliburton.
We need to look back. What was Halliburton doing to the Bulls when Caruso was there?
Gotta check that out.
Because that is going to be a big matchup. Because I know they're going to have Caruso try to hound him the same way they was doing the Joker in Game 7. Because that's the only reason why they won that game like that. Because they put Caruso on Joker. That shit is a crazy adjustment.
Right. And Caruso, you know him, he's fearless. That guy is fearless out there. So I definitely think if early on, if let's say Pacers get out to a lead, they're going to make an adjustment, say, Caruso, lock him down. And if he locks him down, it's going to be a long series for Halliburton, man.
Yeah, that. I was just thinking about that game the other day, and they really said, "All right, for this game, we're gonna throw Caruso on Joker," and it worked.
Right.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I see it the other way around. I think that because Tyrese Halliburton can play catch and shoot, like he could run around like Reggie Miller, go around a bunch of screens, and you gotta respect his pump fake at the 3. If he get to that pump fake at the 3, I'm just saying, if just the way the Pacers could beat the Thunder is if the Pacers let Tyrese Halliburton play off ball. Don't let him bring up the ball. Let somebody else bring up the ball. TJ McConnell, whoever. Let them bring up the ball. Let him get the off ball action. So when he come around them screens, he can either take that 3, and the defense gotta respect his pump fake. He can get right into the next thing right after that.
Yo,
If they do that at the start of the game, bro, they can beat the
I seen
Thunder,
a
bro.
crazy Halliburton stat. It's whether he makes or misses his first shot determines a lot about his game. Like I it was crazy. Like the numbers was way different, whether he wins or loses, whether he scores points or not, whether he attempts shots or not, based off whether he makes or misses his first shot of the game.
Well,
Okay. Yo, Easy, what's good, Easy?
easy.
Yo, what's the word, yo? Yo, I'm hot. I'm hot. My mic straight. My shit straight.
Yeah. Yeah, you good.
Yo, what's the word, y'all? I heard y'all talking about the finals, nigga. Niggas early morning cooking, nigga. So I had to pull up and see what's the word, yo. Niggas took the NSB spot, so shit. I might as well pull up and show love, nigga. So fuck it,
Word.
niggas.
Yeah, out there, man. Yo, Easy. So what you think, man? You said Jay a Thunder hater. Why you say that, brother?
No. Listen, in this case, I don't mean it in no type of bad or malicious way. If anything, I'm all here for it. I ain't gonna lie to you, yo. Like, let's hate on the different fan base. I want to see this hate, yo. I want to see this shit right here. Fuck that.
Different
Yeah, man.
face.
Fuck that. I'm with. I'm with that. I'm with that. No, I'm with that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm with that. So anytime, yo, if I see
Yo,
y'all
I
right in
was
front of
fucking
me,
with OKC when they was the underdog. I like rooting for the underdog, man. And now everybody is acting like they like some superpower powerhouse, like they can't be beat. Anybody could lose.
I
Right,
mean, I ain't gonna lie. This year in particular, they looking crazy. So
They
right.
is,
it
they
is what it
is,
is.
and they built themselves to be that, and I respect it. But they still could lose, bro.
They just gotta lock Shea down. You lock Shea down, it's gonna be hard for them to, do what they always do. That's why Neesmith and Nimhard, their defense is really gonna set that
Let
tone for the Pacers.
let's see if the refs is gonna give him all them calls when the whole
Right,
world is watching.
I don't even
right.
think you need the calls in this particular matchup. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If anything, I really think, in my opinion, J Dub really just needs to show up. That's all it is.
Well, we'll see. We gonna see tomorrow. Actually,
Yep, on Breezy birthday. It's gonna be
back
fun.
though, back
Oh, I
though.
forgot this nigga birthday tomorrow. Oh shit, man, your whole family born in June, son. God damn, son.
Word.
Fuck, fucking yo. Look, all right, let me say this though. Let me say this. Don't. I mean, game one, there might be a chance that game might look lopsided as shit, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo. It might look horrible. Like, it might look bad, bro.
I think I got Indiana stealing game one in a close game, stealing it.
I, me personally, I see, because I'm taking Rick Carlisle into effect. I see him as a coach. He gonna throw a good plan, but I see him trying to see what you're gonna hit him with. He gonna still do his thing. He gonna be Shaq. He gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna dump the ball down. I'm dunk. I dunk. That's what I do. I don't do nothing else. I don't shoot threes. I dunk. So he gonna come through with his hammer like, yo, this is what we do. But I think he gonna see what you try to take away from him, and then he gonna adjust crazy on the fly right after that. So I see them throwing. I don't see them throwing the kitchen sink in game one. I'll say that. I don't see the
I
kitchen sink getting thrown in game one.
I said during these playoffs, I feel like Rick Carlisle been changing from game to game based on situation. Even like going into the half, changing shit up. So I feel like right now he is like studying their defense. He got nothing but OKC games on right now, drawing up the film, and he is finding ways to pick apart their shit. Because if you watch the way they play, they really be doing a lot of moving, a lot of passing, a lot of screening, double screens, and I feel like he's going against the best defense, and I'm saying it with air quotes because I know that's probably how he's saying it, and he's taking that as a challenge. And he got a young point guard that's going to sit there with the film with him and figure shit out.
Well,
So,
I'll say this: the thing that the Pacers got going on for them, if we really got to talk about it. So if we gotta talk about the OKC team, even though they do look dominant, there've been a few games in this playoffs that they blew teams out and they put up a lot of points on the board. We gotta still remember how their team get their points. Shea is the main engine. You know that nigga gonna drop 30 or 40, but at the same time, the people on the floor, they're gonna get their buckets of turnovers, transition, and easy backdoor cuts. So
mhm.
it's going to be a conservative effort in some cases. Sometimes you might see explosion, like Chet go for 21, 22, J-Dub go for 30 or something like that. You might see explosion, but more times than not, the team is going to get their offense through like
See,
transition. So
and that's the thing. I don't think the Pacers play great interior defense. So if they leaving them lanes open, it's going to be easy for OKC to score. I feel like you got to make them shoot because they're not great shooters.
Right, they got to play semi-perfect defense against OKC. Let's call it what it is. They could
well,
play competitive
I,
defense, but you got to play great defense.
I don't think they need to be. It need to be like perfect defense. I think they just need to come in with a game plan that they let the OKC can't adjust on the fly for because I mean I haven't really. I mean, I saw a few changes in like the Denver series, like
Hold
Mark
on, hold,
making changes at the fly, but like I mean, go ahead,
hold on,
Go
hold,
ahead, Breeze. Go ahead, Breeze.
hold on. Shout to Leafy with the big flex. Sent the super chat. Moderator on the page. YouTube.com/athlete4788. That's his handle. Y'all can subscribe to his channel with that handle. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Go go ahead.
But yeah, but real quick, but one of the things I'll say the Pacers got going on for them, not everybody, even though everybody for the most part could shoot on the team, everybody not crazy dual offensive threat. And even if they do present themselves as a dual offensive threat, the great thing about your team, you have a lot of guys who are athletic that could present themselves as dual offensive threats at the same time dual defensive weapons. So you have bodies that could match up with their bodies. And real talk, all you gotta do for certain people like Case and Wallace and stuff like that, you just have to stay in front of them. And you do have bodies that can do that. So you have an advantage there. The main thing is you have to find a scheme that you could lock down Shea in. You have to contain Shea. You have to get the ball away from him. If he's scoring above 35, you lost. You lost.
Right.
You lost. Because everything gonna come with that. Seven rebounds, 7 assists. 2 steals gonna come from Caruso. You're gonna have the team running in transition. Your team gonna be collapsing and breaking down every time you get in the lane. You have to contain him. You have to somehow make him a jump shooter from the spots he is not comfortable at. Now, I don't want to get into the whole X and O stuff like that, like how you gotta box him in, you guys do all that, but you have to contain him. You have to contain him. If you see him going anywhere about 35 plus, you're dead meat. You're dead. The only way I see if that's happening is unless you really lock down the whole team. And in my opinion, there's a good chance Chet could get the better of Miles Turner. So I don't see that too much happening. And then at the same time, J
But
Duck
it could
playing
go
both
the other way
explosion.
around too. Miles Turner could show him his welcome to the NBA moment.
No,
Ooh.
I'm a veteran, man. Watch some of this veteran work.
that's
Tur-
not
Turner
possible.
dunk on Chet.
That's
Yo,
not possible.
listen. Chet's still young, man. Sometimes you pull out them OG moves, you know what I mean? Because it's gonna be a fucking chess match. It's not gonna be as easy as y'all think it's gonna be.
I think this shit is a sweep.
Oh.
I know you keep saying that.
He said that about the last 2 series, bro. Come on, bro.
What? Oh, okay. Well, it was supposed to be sweeps, bro. Like, and we all know it, bro. But the NBA had different plans.
He said that about the
OKC.
last 2 series before that one too, bro. Come on, bro.
I only said I don't. No, you're lying. I only said that about the conference finals. Relax. Okay, the Oklahoma City Thunder, bro. Like, to be honest, I don't know, bro. You need some generational type of offensive players, my
You
nigga,
only
to get.
saying that because they beat your Nuggets.
No, don't
Nah. I
say
mean,
that, bro. Memphis is up
I
30
thought
on them niggas, bro. They ain't have no
mm,
generational player. Even if you're gonna consider Ja even like a OD star like that, above average star,
I
bro, they
mean,
ain't have no
but
generational player. They had a
But
great scheme and they knew how to hit him, bro. Ja wasn't really bullshitting too much. I know it sounds crazy, but he wasn't bullshitting
this
too much.
this
Now,
ain't about. Hold up, this ain't
but he can
about
adjust.
Memphis. This ain't about Memphis, bro.
No, it's
Like
not
you,
about Memphis, but I'm
like
saying
to
like
me,
you don't need no all-time player though. You don't need no all-time player.
I think you do, bro. Like because in my personal opinion, bro, you're not gonna see a series more earned than the series that they won against Denver. I think Joker and the Nuggets, bro, had them, bro. Like they had them in a hole in 2-on-1. Once they lost that game 4, bro, I was expecting the Nuggets to win that game 4 and be up 3-1 on them.
And the all-time player choked. He did not show up for the party, bro.
Hmm.
I wouldn't even necessarily I wouldn't necessarily say that, bro.
The man didn't show up for like
The Nuggets
2
broke
games,
down, bro.
bro.
Tell the truth. The Nuggets broke down. That's what had happened.
No, at this,
wait, did the
I'm not
Nuggets
gonna say
break
you wrong,
down, or was this a generational team that can't be beat? You gotta make your mind up.
Nuggets had a way
Well,
deeper bench than the
it
Nuggets.
bro, it could be a little bit of both, bro. But realistically, the Nuggets broke down, bro. Like I thought the Nuggets had that shit 1-6. just off the strength that how Joker came out in the series, bro. Like, listen, Aaron Gordon was phenomenal, bro, for most of that series, bro. Like, in terms of everything he did in the fourth quarter of them games. Joker was phenomenal. Everything he did in down the stretch in a lot of them tight games, bro, like that they had. I felt like they had them. They had them beat. Nobody was expecting Caruso to
Yeah,
be the like to be
yo, Joker
the
might
X
work
factor.
in Vegas, but the Joker don't work in AC, man.
Hey, look. Hey, hey, not
Oh, boy.
real rap though. Nah, real. Hey, you ain't speak nothing but facts.
Yeah,
But
you ain't
listen,
bullshitting.
you ain't bullshitting on that one. All I could tell you, bro, if you want to come close to defeating this team, yo, you gotta have something generational, bro. Like on the other side of the ball, because in the words of Chris Finch, this team is probably one of the most annoying teams to play because realistically they foul a lot and you can't touch Shea. It's gonna be games that with Indiana, bro. Like it's gonna be going through that, and they're gonna probably be getting close and closing the gap. And the next thing you know, bro, Shea gonna get some favorable calls. The reason why it doesn't average out to where he's getting a lot of calls
I
in
think
a
they have some good
series.
practice with
Wait,
Caleb Brunson.
yo,
The
you
real,
think they
hold up,
gonna
Good
do that
practice
in
with
front of
Caleb
the
Brunson.
world during the finals? They just gonna be giving them
absolutely,
bullshit calls.
absolutely,
I don't think they
absolutely.
could do that. Too many people watching.
Well,
I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people was watching the Nugget series. A lot of come on, that was one of the toughest series in this year, bro. Like, listen,
I
I'm
feel
telling
like they
if you
gonna let them
go
play
look,
with that same like you how them Knicks Pacers series was. I feel like they gonna let them play the same way in this series.
if that's the case, though, then it pretty much favors OKC because they've been getting away with a lot of physical shit, and they not that physical of a team. Like
Yo, I
realistically,
just,
Nah,
I
nah,
just,
they are
yo,
physical.
listen, I
no, they are
they
disagree.
really
physical. They got
not.
great
Hold on,
defense.
hold on,
What do you mean, Leaf? They
hold on,
got really top defenders.
Them
hold
niggas
on.
got
Listen,
really tough. Them
listen,
niggas are foulers, bro.
They
Like
are
listen, listen,
handsy.
listen. Hold on,
them
hold on.
niggas
What I'm
are
saying is,
foulers, bro. Big
listen,
time, bro.
hold on. What I'm trying to say is that when we watch these playoffs on both sides, these games aren't won because of the free throw line. Now, a lot of games are won because of the free throw line, but for the most part, these games are won because of field goals, whether it be a 3-pointer at the end, a game-winning shot. It's not the free throw line, and I think the NBA wants to carry that over into the finals. Let the game winner happen between a field goal, not the ref. Don't let the ref win the finals. Let the players win the finals. I think we see
Facts.
that more than we see the refs do it because we've seen it from both teams. We've seen even in go game 7, like you said, with OKC and Denver, bro, they smacked Denver in that last game. That's that's not the refs doing that. That's the team. That's the field goals doing that. That's the turnovers, like
That's the
Jay said,
coach
doing
saying, "Yo, send Joker on the first class trip to AC, man,"
Yeah.
and then it was
that.
over.
Wow. So
Nah.
yeah, I don't think the refs going to be that heavily involved because both of these teams with field goals are exciting teams. You can't get a player like Halliburton that you invested in that's on Netflix and the motherfucking Netflix show and all of this on the Olympic team. You can't get a player like that
You
and then
see,
think that he not going to have some kind of leverage when it comes down to fouls because he
you see.
hasn't showed that kind of play. He
Hold
not
on.
going
You
to get in
see.
foul trouble on Shea. Like
Hold on. You
Neesmith
see.
have shown, hold on, Neesmith have shown that he could play defense without fouling. Nimhard has shown that he could play defense without fouling. They got to give some credit to the coach in the Carlisle and the defense of the Pacers because the style of play that they have is winning, and the NBA wants to run up the score. And what the Pacers learn to do is able to keep the pace to run the score up like the NBA likes without taking as many 3-pointers as the Golden State Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Or the Boston Celtics. They still getting these points with tools. All of these, yeah, they hit the 3 ball. I mean, they not pretend they don't hit the 3 ball, but they getting a lot of points with 2-pointers too, bro. Telling you, man. This is going to go 6 or 7. I'm saying 6 or 7, man. And both teams could steal a game. I get you that. But I do think home court advantage is going to play a part. We want to
7
see
is
who
going
could play
crazy.
on the road in the thick of things when shit get tense. We gonna see who really, you know what I'm saying, a playoff riser. Cause say what
I'm
you
not
want
gonna
about
lie to you,
Siakam,
Breeze.
this is why I say he one of the better trades in the recent history because he's a playoff riser.
Breeze.
Like when it come
if
down
you
to
I'm
stepping
not
We
up,
gonna
we
lie
going
to
we
you,
gonna
you're in
see
Breeze.
those
who got the better
conversations, bro.
dad. How about that?
Nah, Breeze.
if
Hold
you
on,
pay
bro.
We
attention
gonna
if
see
you
who got
pay
the better
attention to
dad. Is it
Nah.
Halliburton dad or is it
You got
Shea
the better
dad?
dad.
We gonna see
listen,
who
Yeah,
if
if the
all
dad off out
all I'm
here.
gonna
Why
tell
he
y'all
been
is,
doing those
bro, if you pay
crazy
attention to
shit?
OKC's close games, bro, you'll find out exactly how SGA gets his points, bro, down the stretch of close games, bro. Like it's mostly at the fucking free throw line. It's been happening since the Memphis series, bro. They didn't need it in the first two games because the first two games is blowouts. It's very simple, bro. When them niggas is up double digits, send shade to the free throw line less, so this shit don't average out to a lot of goddamn free throws. It's very very simple philosophy. You could sway the public. You could sway the public, bro, by lying with statistics, bro. It's a book about it, bro. How to lie with statistics, bro. Like I've read this shit and it's very very potent and it's very very efficient, bro. Like I'm telling you. OKC low key been carried most of the year, bro, and I had to really, really pay attention to their games to figure out how and why shit is happening. A lot of niggas on TikTok, a lot of niggas on them TikTok pages ain't gonna like what I'm saying, bro, but it's the truth. They need they're looking for somebody. They looking for somebody to piggyback on, bro. Like an SGA fits the bill. They just had a historic season. Most of the game, my nigga, he had 7 games where he shot over 15 free throws in the season. Curry, bro, like who I do not fuck with at all, only had 3, bro, in his entire career. So you gonna tell? So if y'all want to tell me, bro, like that they ain't gonna blow the whistle a whole lot when OKC get down to these nail biter games in the fourth quarter, and SGA is playing the role of the nigga that know how to flail his arms and throw his body around, bro, on some Joel shit, bro, and get to the free throw line, bro. Y'all go ahead and be my guest, but I
Well,
promise you,
See,
well, let me say this though, Leaf. Let me say this though, Leaf. And
I
this is
think
something I never saw before. Maybe I haven't been looking too much, but hey, you know me, my nigga. We've been doing this basketball shit for a good minute now. Yo, they released the names of the refs that's gonna be refereeing in the games. All of the
mm,
refs, like all of the refs. Yo, dog.
mm,
Now they released all the names, right? So
right.
at the very least, right, it could go 4 games. So you can't 3 refs on the court, right? They released like damn near like 10 names or 12 names or some shit like that. So it's like, okay, every ref can't be right here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Scott Foster, a part of that whole crew right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's some other names I want to pay attention to, like Zach Zarba and James Williams Gucci and shit like that. But if you got niggas like Scott Foster in there, now I have to go to the narrative y'all niggas been building up, and I have to lean that way, but I have to use it in the reverse now. I could be like, yo, they could be putting in some reps to make sure this is a series, so the Pacers don't get fucking spanked. Because right now, right, casual fans are looking at this finals. They're like, yo, this is some bullshit right here. What is this? If anything, they really prefer New York to be in the finals. It is what it is. But for niggas that love hoop,
Either way,
they
it was
like it.
gonna be an ass whooping.
Either
yeah.
way,
Nick Spencer got crushed.
but for niggas that like hoop, they like, yo, this is a fucking interesting ass series. I want to see what's going on. But for the best interest for entertainment for the NBA, it's not good to have a sweep. Like sweeps are not good. So they gonna do
Especially
whatever
in the
they,
finals.
especially in the
They
finals. And
yeah.
if niggas already down in the finals, and then you got to sweep, like that's gonna you killing your own product at that point. So they might do whatever they can to prolong this product right here. So they might have the refs in there, and you never know. They might tell them like, "Yo, listen, man, we gonna let some shit ride with SGA." But if you see some crazy shit on the Pacers side, yo, try to do the best you can, my nigga. You never know.
I'm gonna
The
put a
players
fact
talk
on
about
you,
that
bro.
all the time. The players talk about that all the time, bro. Yo, just the other day on Gil's Arena, nigga, they looking at the refs that's playing in the finals, like, okay, I see him. Oh, okay, you got some bullshit. Nigga, they even talking about it. So it's not like I'm pulling this shit out of thin air. So
no,
like,
you're right.
No,
Because
no, no. You not pulling
during
it out of thin air, but
during the
I
last
meant
game of the Knicks Pacers series, everybody was saying that the dude that was refereeing, he's a series stretcher. They was like, nah, it's going to game 7 because this dude is definitely the series stretcher. But that didn't happen. But
but
word. But I
look.
did see him dropping the names though.
All I can tell you is this, bro. The last two champions, bro, being Boston and the Nuggets. Go look at how many games they lost, bro, in the conference finals and in the finals. I guarantee you it ain't over one. I guarantee you, bro. I never felt, bro. I could tell you for real, bro. The only time I felt this way is in and it is when the Nuggets went to sweep LeBron, and then they ran into Miami and lost that magical game. When they really was supposed to go 8-0 in the last 8 games, between the conference finals and the finals, bro. They had no business losing the game, and we all know it. Dallas had no business winning not one game against Boston, and we all know it. The Minnesota Timberwolves had no business winning not one game against OKC, and we all know it. There's nothing to discuss here, bro. This shit is a brooming, bro. Indiana does not do a lot of. It's a lot of things Indiana doesn't do that can counteract what OKC is doing. They don't offensive rebound, number one, so everything is one and done in terms of shots.
They did that in the
Number
New York series, though. They
I hope
tried
they
to do
get
that in the
one
New York
at
series.
least, Lee.
They ganged
Hope they
up in
get
the
one
paint.
at least.
They try to get on Mitchell. I don't think there's anybody on OKC that can offensive rebound as good as Mitchell Robinson. So you get a little break right there. So they could gang rebound. They could get in the paint. They could gang rebound. They got some bodies they could throw in the paint.
That's a good matchup between Turner and Shaq and Hartenstein
That
and
is not
I'm
a good
saying that.
matchup. Chet might fuck him up. Chet
Nah,
might fuck him
but
up.
Shaq got to play that perimeter, bro. Shaq got to play
Bro,
that perimeter.
and you
okay.
think Chuck can't do that at the age of 23?
Yeah, okay.
Bruh,
You
no,
gonna see
we got
No,
to
it's
see
his
it
first
happen,
time in
bro.
the
We got to
finals,
see
so
it
you
happen.
don't know how he's gonna react.
I don't think people been paying attention to OKC at all.
Yeah,
No,
I think
I
people
don't think
over.
you've been paying attention to the
We've been
resiliency of the
No,
Pacers.
you
we
just glazing OKC too
Yo,
much. We've been
facts.
watching them, but you making them seem indestructible,
Right.
unstoppable.
my
Right,
I say
Leaf.
nigga.
that. That's Leaf over there. That's
Leaf,
Leaf. That's
if
Leaf.
you've seen OKC this year, anytime they've been in pressure-induced situations, they've cracked. The Pacers were down 3 times in the playoff run with a minute to go, and each time they came back. I think if Pacers keep it like Jay and Easy say close, anything's possible at that point. OKC has shown they do not handle pressure situations well.
Outside of the Nuggets series, they only lost one game.
Oh my gosh.
We not gonna count the bullshit ass Memphis, bro. That team was even dead ass, bro. They wasn't even dead ass, bro. So I'm not even gonna count that.
Yo,
And then
the
Minnesota,
Pacers
nigga,
only went
Ant-Man packed it up in the last game, my nigga. Like how,
outside of the
bro?
Knicks. The Pacers only lost 2 games.
You see?
That's true. That is true, bro.
You
Like
see?
to teams
And one
that
of the teams is
to,
got a top five player in the world. One of the teams got a top five player in the world. So what's up with that?
one of the team. Which one of those teams?
The Bucks. The Bucks had
The
Giannis.
Bucks. Yeah. The Bucks did have Giannis, bro. Like, and we all knew that coming into the series, man, the Bucks was was basically DOA, dead on arrival, in
And
terms
we
of the
knew
way they roster
we
was.
knew Memphis coming into the playoff. That was some bullshit. They got rid of their coach like 2 weeks right before the fucking
Yeah, and
playoffs.
they
How
went.
can I
Yeah,
trust this
you
team
absolutely
series?
right. You absolutely right. The first round series, a lot of the first round series between that these two teams played, bro, like was just basically on borrowed time. We knew the Bucks didn't have. We knew the Bucks didn't have too much nothing to win more than one game. We knew Memphis, bro, was probably gonna win that one game if Ja Morant didn't get hurt. They was gonna probably win that one game because they had them niggas, they had OKC by like 40. They John Morant get injured, they came back and won. So I understand that, but the reality of what OKC is doing is and Jay, I'm kind of crazy that you fighting this, bro, because you've been talking about how nice these niggas is the entire time, and I
You
had to
right.
see it, and I had to
Nah, it's
really
because of
see it.
OKC fans, bro. It's the fans, bro.
It's the fans. The fans turn me against them.
I
And this is
mean,
And I'm
crazy,
not
bro.
really,
They
I'm
used to
not
be
really
calm. They used
against
to be
them.
calm.
I'm just
I
saying
don't really
they
talk
not
to too many. I don't really talk
they
to
not.
too many of their fan base, or I don't
Oh,
really
come
hear
on,
too
Ice
many of their fan.
Page. Come on,
Yeah,
Ice
because they
Page
used to
with
be
me.
calm, bro. They used to be
Come on,
calm and
Ice Page,
humble,
bro.
but now they
You're
on some
mean.
shit, dog. I ain't gonna hold you, son.
See,
Like they talk about people on
this
some
is why I
shit.
can't go everywhere, bro. Because you're right. That definitely turned me against them, bro. But since I'm not hearing them like all crazy, it's probably maybe 2 or 3 of them. I did go on Ice Page. I only heard like 2 of them. Be honest with you, bro. Like, no. I'm just talking about my experience, bro. Like, but all in all, bro, this team, bro, like these niggas is really historically great, bro. Like, it's nothing I can say. I
But
can't take that away
that
from them.
means they could historically fuck up too.
Listen, if they historically fuck up, my nigga, listen, SGA is
Yo,
going
I
to
look. Remember
SGA
that?
is going to get
Oh, wait,
lit
wait,
up with
wait.
an
Can I say one
AK,
thing?
my nigga. This shit.
One thing. Remember when that Golden State team broke the record for wins in the season? Everybody thought they damn near almost swept the playoff till they lost.
Look, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things that Golden State team did, and I felt like when the second that they got Kevin Durant, my nigga, they was gonna run through the league. And they did, eventually. They won back to back, but I mean, the shit had broke down. Things had broke down last year or whatever. A lot of people like to run with that. I just like to tell people that Kawhi got the revenge that he deserved. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, look, it's a lot of things that could go right with this series, bro. Like, but it has to go right in the favor of Indiana because I feel like OKC, bro, has like literally slayed they've really gone through like a real hard fought series in that Denver series, bro, to where
I knew.
I
That's
don't
what I said. It's all about Denver, man. It's all about Denver, man. You just saying because they beat Jokic, you like they got to be the champions.
I mean
But there's
like
so much going on in that series that I'm like, yo, bro, you did not go through the ringer, bro. Like,
they did
bro,
go to the ringer.
no, but Leaf, hear me out, right? Hear me out,
I think
right?
it's Minnesota.
No, hear me out real quick, right? Hear me out,
I
right?
mean
Because
Minnesota, they just ran through them.
no, but hear me out though. Hear me out, right? Because niggas talking about like, yo, FGA get the triple crown type shit. Basically, yo, he basically it's the triple crown niggas talking about. So like, if you get the triple crown, yo, he might be the greatest Thunder of all time. Yo, my nigga, I done saw Kevin Durant go through all time great teams. Not no one team that took the fucking day, like took the whole series off and did some bullshit right before, or one team they saw they put their best effort out and it didn't work. It's like, all right, we just gonna pack it up and go to Cancun. No. Every series they went through, it was some fucking shit, my nigga. Bro, you
That's
did not
true.
get you didn't get you had one Denver series where damn near half the starting five because the coach really just played the starting five. He barely
Right.
went to the bench. Half the starting five is fucked up, my nigga. Nigga, that was
Right.
just the heart of the champion you had to go through, bro. But you didn't go through a real ringer, my nigga. Hell no. You, if anything, I wouldn't say Mickey because I'll give Indiana Mickey. No disrespect, but I'll give
They didn't
Indiana
go
Mickey.
through
But
the
you didn't
ringer
go through
that
a
the
ringer. You didn't
OKC
go through a ringer.
2012. Yeah, I mean, listen, they did go through a ringer. They just didn't go through the ringer that the OKC 2012 team went through, bro. Beating Kobe and the Lakers, beating the Spurs and Tim Duncan, beating Dirk and the Mavs. That's literally like before OKC won the West that year. All three of them teams were champions. All three of them teams won the West. All three of them teams had certified legends. Two of them teams had top 10 players of all time.
All time.
And only to run into the finals, my nigga, to meet up with LeBron and D Wade and Bosh.
And the
Like
nigga
I mean,
KD
like
even
you
averaged
never gonna see no
35 in
shit
that
like that
finals.
again.
But
You never gonna see no shit like that again.
the nigga KD averaged 35 in that final. So even if you want to say like, oh man, you lost, yo, it's not like he didn't show up. The nigga showed up. It just didn't work out. The nigga showed up, my nigga. There's been fucking games, nigga. You asking where SGA at? Like, yo, what the fuck are you really doing, bro? Are you reading the floor? Nigga, that shit
Look,
wasn't. Nigga, all right, man. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, I mean, we could go to that Denver series, but like, bro, like I said earlier, bro,
you're not
there
gonna
was like
see
a
a
few.
series. You're not gonna see a series that was more earned, bro. Like that was more earned than that Denver series,
I'm not
bro.
trying to
That's
take
all I
away
could
credit
tell
for
you.
them. I'm not trying to take away credit for them, but I'm saying though, bro, if I'm looking at that series, my nigga, like let's keep it a buck, my nigga. You know I'm not trying to hate, but let's keep it a buck. If we gonna call this nigga the best player in the world, there was at least 3 fucking games, not no fucking quarters, games, my nigga. This nigga shit the fucking bed. And, and some of them games you shit the fucking bed, your team showed up and won for you, my nigga. Nah, bro.
That's
The
that's
only
that's
game
how
I'm
that's how
letting them
that's
rock
how
was the
great the
40,
team
the
is.
40 plus. But the only game I'm letting them rock was the 40 plus game, and I think they lost that game. I'm letting that rock. But bro, there was games you shit the bed and they helped you and you won, bro. Nigga, if now it's a playoff series, so you're not gonna be all time great every fucking game. I'm not trying to say that, but you was below average in some of them games, nigga.
Right.
Stay yourself and you kill these
Look,
niggas.
look, look.
That's
Yeah,
why he
he
bought them rollies, man.
Exactly, and I think those was well earned rollies, my nigga. Like them niggas earned every last one of those, bro. Everybody on that team ran through a wall for Shea. Everybody on that team, bro. Like them niggas was getting after it on defense in the passing lanes. Niggas like Case and Wallace, Wiggins, Caruso is probably the most unsung hero, bro. Like one of the biggest trades that they ever had in the history of that franchise. Hartenstein, Chet, J Dub, like you name it. Lou Dort, bro,
Isaiah
made
Joe,
first.
Aaron
Isaiah
Wiggins.
Joe, Lou Dort, like these niggas all ran through a
Hey,
wall
yo,
for
Leaf,
Shea.
no bullshit though, yo. It's crazy because niggas wanted to give the other Jalen Williams. They don't get past that fucking Denver series without that other Jalen Williams, because that
That's a
nigga
fact.
was
Cause
holding defense on Jokic at a
oh
lot of
yeah,
points, and Jokic didn't have no answer for that nigga. So
yeah,
that's already something right there. And they go into a bench like 8, 9, 10 deep. Meanwhile,
exactly,
Denver going fucking 7, and the 7 nigga playing like 5 minutes, 9 minutes. Come on,
right.
man.
Yo, it's crazy that now that now that I think about it, it's crazy that you on the OKC train now when you was telling me they was too young and couldn't do it all damn year.
That's what I thought. That's what I initially thought. Like if you
Yeah,
if
now
That
because
they
Denver
my
gonna
series
the
was
sweep the
only the
trash.
Pacers
only reason
now.
why,
Now they gonna sweep the Pacers.
but the only reason why I said that is because of what like if you go back to that Dallas series, Dallas had them beaten really in 5, bro. I don't think them niggas had any business being in that series, bro. Like the X factors for Dallas took them out, and the rebounding took them out, bro. So this is
They
one of
took
the
their
reasons.
bumps and bruises, they learned, and they capitalized. You know what I mean? But I still
They did.
I just don't think they unbeatable. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a tough test. We're going to look at the turnovers, like I said, and we're going to see if they can make OKC shoot. If they make OKC shoot, it might be a long series, man.
Listen, all I'm gonna tell you, bro. Like, listen, everything that you said, bro, in terms of them being
And
unbeatable.
especially the foul calls, that foul bait and shit.
Yeah, but everything in terms of them being unbeatable, bro. Like, listen, you might be right, but I don't believe Indiana is the team that's gonna break the fucking mold. I just don't, bro. Like, I mean, listen, Indiana, they did a good job in the East, bro. Like, and congratulations to them, bro. They did the job that we all wanted them to do. They got rid of the dog, the bullshit dog and pony show that is the Manhattan Jaspers, bro. Like the whatever you want to call them niggas. So they got
Yo.
they got rid of the bullshit dog and pony show. They made the reason why, bro. A lot of us think Indiana, bro, could do something is because they made Nets fans happy. That's the reality of it, bro. They
Yeah,
did
but
a
now,
job
but me,
that
for
we
me,
wanted them to do.
yeah, nah. But for me, it's not only that. It's the fact that they're ABA team that got this far. It's 4 of them. The Nuggets got a championship. The Spurs do. It's the Pacers and
You
the
do
Nets that
realize if
don't.
Indiana win this, bro, we on the clock, right?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course. But
Definitely.
that's my point. I want that pressure. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make love to that pressure. Know what I
No,
mean?
bro.
Oh,
wait,
No, bro.
what?
I heard you earlier, bro. No, bro.
Nah, I agree with
No, you
him.
see what I'm
I agree
talking
with him.
about, bro? You see what I'm
I,
talking about,
I
bro?
agree with him.
This is what I keep on talking about, bro. Now you put a fucking the world of pressure on a little 21-year-old kid. Yeah, now I need you to go all the way to the finals against coverages you don't even have any idea to attack, and you might have a coach that don't even know how to put you in positions to even attack it. I'm gonna need you to say fuck all that. I'm gonna go through all that, get you to the finals and win it against all-time niggas that been through the ringer. Come on, bro. In
Hey,
record time,
we ain't saying next year, but it got to light a fire under your
Bree said in
ass.
3 years we need to
It
be
got.
somewhere in the fucking conversation, my nigga. I heard this earlier, bro. No,
I
bro,
did.
I
I
heard
Exactly.
heard
this
too.
earlier, bro. Stop,
And you
bro.
got
I
niggas
Make the
heard
that
this
want
right
us to,
earlier,
move.
and
bro.
you got niggas that want us to throw away this season
But
too,
that could
bro. Like
happen
so,
though. That's not.
Come
That's not
on,
out of
bro.
the
So what
realm of
is that, bro?
possibility.
That is crazy. That is crazy. That is
what?
insanity,
Yo, all
bro.
right.
Listen,
So look. Hold on.
I meant to send y'all
Hold on. Wait.
Man,
When we traded for KD and Kyrie, 2 years before that, nobody thought in 3 years we gonna be in the championship conversations.
Right.
It happened. It
so
can happen in three
so
years. Is
so
what
is
I'm
this
saying.
what we're
It's
gonna
not.
do? So
that's
we
a fact.
repeating the
I'm
That's
we
a
not
fact.
repeating the
saying. I'm
formula.
not saying that. It's multiple ways for it to happen. I'm just saying it could happen. It's
We
not out of
traded,
the realm of
bro. We talking
possibility.
The
about the
Net
way we know we have to
when we
go
traded
about
for
it, bro.
KD and Kyrie, no, but when we got that James Harden trade, bro, niggas thought a lot of niggas, and I'm not saying nobody in here, it's a lot of niggas that thought that shit was on autopilot, bro. Because when we seen them niggas on the court, bro, like them niggas arguably was the motherfucking best thing running.
It was nothing they
They
could do. So that ISO gang shit was
Most
crazy.
dominant offense in NBA
But
history.
Jay, hear what I'm saying though. I'm not
Potentially.
talking about any other way. I'm talking about the way we are trying to go about it. We're not trying to do no other crazy shit. We're not
No,
trying to
but
repeat that same formula right there about that KD and Kyrie shit, right? We trying to build it up from the ground up. We trying to make foundations and put the fucking wood and sticks into the ground, my nigga. So even
that's what
so
I'm
if we
trying
do
to do. But that's
so
not what everybody trying to do. Nigga,
That's
Breeze
not
said
what
he
Marks
talking
and
turkey,
Cy are
man.
gonna do. You know they're
Breeze
gonna trade
talking
for
turkey right
stars.
now.
Ease, you know they're gonna trade for star vets. With
Elbow
all the
room,
flexibility
nigga.
the Nets have, you just know this organization, they ain't gonna wait forever, man. You know that. They have a pattern. They're gonna strike when the iron is hot.
It's hot, and it seem hot right now.
but you see, my thing is though, right? Like, okay, here my thing, right? Cause we could build like Indiana. This is what I'm saying. We could do that, and then we could make a trade for like a star, an underrated star. I think he was good, but an underrated star like Pascal, right? Niggas don't think too much of him, but you put him into your system, well, with a lot of good players around him, and all of a sudden you start taking flight. Now, what I be hearing from niggas, it sound like a blockbuster trade niggas want to hit. When I be like, yo, all you gotta do is get that right motherfucker
That's
right
it.
on your team, and that shit is going to take flight. You don't need no blockbuster big
You
fucking
really
name,
don't.
my
You
nigga.
you
You just
especially
need the
today.
right nigga.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
it. Yeah, and to piggyback on everything that you're saying, bro, like and listen, this NBA season, the playoffs in general, bro, is proving how fast your trajectory can change. Yesterday, I was looking at a video on Twitter about how Utah is basically is basically done with their tanking process, quote unquote. I told John about this shit. He don't believe this shit is true, but
I
the
don't.
reality. But the reality is that ever since they packaged Rudy and Spider up, they only got one top 5 pick in the draft to show for it, and that's coming up this year. So the reality is that, bro, that whole tank and they got they got a max player on their roster. So the reality is that in terms of building a roster, bro, like yo, you're gonna have to figure out how to turn some of these players from nothing to something, bro. Nobody thought Neesmith was gonna be anything. Nobody thought Nimhard was gonna be anything. Nobody thought
Tony
Halliburton was
Bradley,
Tony Bradley and Thomas Bryant
Darius
was going to
Walker,
crack
fucking
your three
Thomas
threes in the
Bryant.
corner, bro, in a clincher in the Eastern Conference clincher game. Nobody had that, bro. Like these niggas, like it's teams that found spots for niggas that was basically cast offs and basically had once upon a time had no business being on the NBA court in those late game situations, and they were, bro, and they contributed in the biggest way possible to get themselves an Eastern Conference crown. Nobody had Tyrese Halliburton. Like if you would have told me Tyrese Halliburton, bro, was gonna lead the league in assists, hand over fist, bro, with a highest assist turnover ratio coming from Sacramento, bro,
Well, well, well,
I could see why Bobby is tight. I could
well,
see
well,
why.
well. I'm not gonna lie to you, Leaf. I'm not. I'm gonna be all the way 1,000. I thought that was clear as day on Sacramento. I thought that was clear as fucking day. That's why that was one of the most confusing trades I ever thought. But Ox cool with Domas. So I was like, all right, if you cool with him, go ahead and do that. But nigga, he looked like he could lead the league in assists, nigga. Period.
I mean, yeah,
The
with
nigga was doing that off a 2 guard with another nigga that's chucking the rock and sometimes coming off the bench. He was leading the team in assists by a wide margin. Nigga, what? Dog.
I mean, yeah.
One of the
Well,
worst trades of all
yeah.
time. That's
If you
another
watch
thing.
Sacramento games back then, bro, and you seen what Halliburton was doing off the bench minutes, bro, like you would like you did kind of see like the makings of somebody, yo, that was out there
It
making the
was the
right
Darius
decisions.
Garland. It was the Darius Garland, Colin Sexton problem, but it came in a different form. But it was that same kind of problem. You got 2 great guards. Now in the Cleveland situation, they was both scoring and they could both facilitate. Which one do
Right.
you appreciate more? They chose Darius Garland. Good pick right there. Now this situation right here, De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton. You got 2 great guards. Now in this situation, they could both facilitate, but one scored and held the ball. He quick as shit. But one take care of this motherfucker and he put it into niggas' pocket hands. So which
Who do
one
you
you gonna pick?
appreciate?
Now they
Right.
appreciate the scoring guard, so cool, you go with that. But the scoring guard said, "I don't like this bullshit." Left. So situation didn't
Yeah.
play out how you wanted to. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
It tells the guy didn't want to
Unfortunately,
be there. That was
Yeah, yeah.
but
So now you ended up empty on both of them, bro. Like, and now all you left with is Demonis Sabonis and and Zach LaVine, who I think is a phenomenal. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like Zach
Easy. I
LaVine.
have a question for you. You say we do the Pacers model, trade for a young guy with star uprise, but nobody's looking at him as like a number one option. Who in this league do you think, if the Nets traded for, could eventually be that number one, number two option for the Brooklyn Nets? He's who, like right now in the NBA, is like open up your eyes, being like, hey, if the Nets put some assets together for this guy, he could potentially be that guy nobody sees coming. Like who in the NBA is like giving you that type
I
of noise?
I answer that question. I think what you need to really look for in terms is building the rest of your roster and finding a tone setter that could piece it all together, bro. Like, listen, I don't have no problem coming into next season with Cam Thomas, Jonathan Kuminga, and Nas Reed, bro. Like, a lot of people got problems with that, bro. I don't. The reason being is because that keeps us away from dumbass trades, which we tend to do a lot, and that keeps us away from making stupid decisions. If we're like, if we come out of this first round, if we come out of the top 10 in this draft, bruh, somehow, some way, and we make an exchange, and we make a call, and somehow, some way, bruh, Cam Johnson and the number 8 pick go for the number 3 pick, bruh, you got a chance. It's a possibility that you got a chance at getting the player that we all wanted along, and that was Dylan Harper. Because now that we know the Spurs don't need a point guard, they most likely to take a wing or big. You know what I'm saying? So like now, and that's probably gonna leave Dylan right at number 3, bro. Like, and like the reality is that like outside of Dallas, none of them teams in the top 3 of this draft really need him. They got their guard situation set, bro. Like, there's no way the San Antonio Spurs is gonna throw away their 3-headed monster at guard to make space for Dylan Harper, unless they know it's a trade on the table, and they're gonna hold him. It's a trade available. They'd be like, all right, let's trade him for him. The only way I see this shit working is if they trade Dylan for Cooper Flag straight.
You
That's the
say
only way.
so you say Kuminga. So you think Kuminga has that high upside to work with Thomas and potentially be like a 1-2 combo? Because like I think Kuminga has potential, but what's your salary going to be for Kuminga, Leaf? Are you willing to give him a $30 million contract to
Yeah,
get to see him?
I am.
Okay.
I am. Listen, the 30 ain't gonna mean nothing this time next year anyway. Like, come on, bro. 30 million, bro. That's pennies on a dollar, bro. Like, come on. Like, I'm not really geeking about the 30. Everybody money gonna go up because the cap is gonna go up. I'm
No,
not geeking
listen.
about
If we
that.
somehow got Dylan Harper and you signed Kuminga, I wouldn't be upset about it. And you said Nas Reed, so like Dylan Harper, Cam Thomas, Kuminga, Noah Clowney, Nas Reed rotation. That might be something to think about.
Yeah. That 30 million don't bother me. We just came off of paying Ben Simmons 40, bro. Like, and the money was low.
so
So like,
I'll
so please don't stop. Like, please, I need people to stop telling me about I don't think he worth it, man. Ain't none of these niggas worth the money that they
But
getting
yeah, but easy.
unless they in the right
Like
let me say this,
situation.
son.
But be easy. Back to my question: who in the NBA do you think the Nets could trade for that could be that eye-opening, potential, developing number one option, like a young player right now in the NBA that nobody's really like
Ooh,
looking
a
at,
young
but
player.
he has potential?
Everybody looking for answers, bro. Nobody don't got a name for this question, John, bro.
I'm
Like,
asking
we
easy.
just
I'm
got.
asking easy.
If it's a young player, that's going. I got to rethink it. Cause I was thinking about like any player, like for like
Well,
right
last
now, like
last night, Dylan was talking about Jabari Smith Jr. Um,
Robinson Jr.
somebody else was saying Herb
Dylan
Jones.
Dylan
I
is in
heard.
love with upside, bro. Like, he believes that we're gonna get upside late in the draft, bro, and we don't need no overclassmen
okay. Let me
at
ask y'all this
19,
question.
26, and 27, bro. Dylan is on this power course, bro. Like, to where I'm sticking to the plan, and that's that, bro. Like, he doesn't believe that the NBA can pivot like that, bro. He don't believe that shit could just change on the drop of a dime. Dylan got his mind made up, bro. Like, I can't argue with Dylan, bro. Like, he got his shit. He got his mind made up. I'm
Yeah,
not
he got his
going.
mind. If he a person, he go into his shit. He gonna go into his shit. Once he find out his shit,
If he go into the
it's made.
farm and find some shit, bro, like, he's sticking
If he
with it.
devised the plan, once he devised the plan, like, all right, that's my plan right there. So y'all do y'all thing, but this is my plan right here. But here my question. I pose this question to all y'all, right? Because here's my thing. This is my question though. If you can, tell me Jordy's offensive system. From what you saw this year, can you tell me what is his system?
Pass the ball out to each other, distribute, find the open guy, shoot threes. I mean, it wasn't really
Yeah,
it wasn't
play
like a set
play
offensive
free,
system.
shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah.
Uh, it, so if you want to set the offense up, have the dribble handoffs at the top of the key with the big.
Quick pace, no slow ball, no ISO whatsoever. Like he's a guy that doesn't care about
But
ISO
but
whatever.
you say that,
So
but we had one of the slowest paces in the league.
I know that's
which
the
is
ironic
crazy.
thing.
so
That's the
so
ironic thing.
Which
so
cannot happen with a young team, bro. Like we
I
gotta
still gotta
speed
think
that
about the
shit
young
up.
team. I still gotta think about the young players, but since you said that, right, and that's kind of what I got in my mind. So like for right now, how's his team looking? I'll say a player like Domas Sabonis, if he was to just drop and plop around his team, way better, way better, way better. Oh, it worlds better. Like it'll look night and
Yeah,
day. What night? It'll look night and day. Even
I
with
could
him
have
not even blocking the paint, even with him just letting shit go in the paint, worlds
I
better.
could agree with that on the offensive end, but like everything
It's
that
gonna lead
the
itself
reg
to the defensive end too. It's gonna lead itself to the defensive end too. Because now we're
You,
gonna be putting the ball into the net. So now they
you talk
have to
about
take the ball
Sabonis?
out the net.
Easy.
Yeah, yeah,
He's gonna be
Sabonis.
30 years old. I was talking more of like a little
No, no, no.
slightly younger
I
guy
gotta think
with
about no. I
upside.
gotta think about a young player. I was just thinking about any other player. I was just thinking
Right,
about
right,
any
right.
player. So like I
Right.
gotta give some thought about that. But like what first came to my mind, like for how the team look right now is Sabonis. Now how I think the team will look like if it was to make like an iteration of like how the Pacers will look. A player that I would think that you plop right in and take it above the over the top. Aaron Gordon, you plop him around that team, boom,
Ooh.
you automatically go right over the top because he could fit in and do exactly what everything we saying, like, and even raise it to another level. Now, for the young players, you gotta give me a second. I gotta think about that shit right there. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta think about that one. Hold on. I don't know what y'all see in Kaminga. I do not know what you see in Kaminga, but he has to learn a lot more about the game, bro. He gotta learn a
Right.
lot more about the game. So,
No, definitely, definitely.
so
definitely, bro. I mean, if you want to tell me that Kaminga is a better version of Obi Toppin, bro, that's fine. Like I mean, but at the same time, bro, like that don't mean that he can't fit into something. That don't mean that he don't deserve a chance.
no, he could
I
fit
mean
in.
that like I mean
He
the
could fit in.
30 million like that 30 million, bro, like that should realistically is just
The problem
flavor.
is how much he asking for. That's the only problem. He
That
just
that
asking
that
for a
ain't that. I
bag.
don't think that is the problem, bro. I think the
Warriors offered
problem.
him a bag, bro. Warriors offered him a bag, and he said, "Nah, I think my value is worth more." And then you fuck yourself at that point because you restricted free agent. So it's like, okay, you don't
I
want what
mean,
we giving you.
but we all know the restricted free agents get paid anyway, bro. So he using a
Yeah,
good
if you
amount of
accept
leverage.
our deal, though, if you accept our deal, you denied our deal. So now we benched you, we cut your minutes, we didn't give you much burn like that, and now you about to go into the free market looking for something. We have leverage with the other owners, so we can even talk to them and even lowball you. You get a lowball deal right there. Fuck it. Now, if I offer you more, if that team lowballed you, I just gotta match they shit now. You fuck now.
Look,
And then I
that
might not
is.
even have to match it. I could just be like, yo, you could go ahead and fucking
I
go
think
ahead with
all of
that now.
that. I think all of that is really semantics, bro. Like we all know that, bro. Somebody out there, bro. Like the Golden State Warriors didn't call 29 other teams and tell them to lowball Kuminga, bro. Somebody out there is somebody out there got the bread for him. Somebody out there really want him. Somebody out there really thinks that he could fit in something that they're gonna run
No,
and
no,
their
no,
coaching
Leaf.
style is gonna run.
I'm not saying they all connected in lowballing. I'm saying, yo, if they see the deal that Golden State offered him, right, and he turned it down, there's no incentive unless they really like the kid to offer him more than what they offer him, especially if they know the circumstances of what going on in that team. So we don't have to offer you much because they trying to get rid of you, and they're not even giving you much burn. And we saw what they offer you, and you turned down. So there's no real like big need for me to throw out a bag to you.
I agree with Easy. Yeah, I agree with Easy on that. Hold on, let me just add to that. We're adding to Mo Beasley. I don't know if y'all answered this. He said y'all practicing up 19 Cam Johnson to try to get in the lottery. What up with that? Yes. To answer
Listen,
your
Potentially, yes.
question,
Potentially,
yes,
yes.
yes.
that's
If I
potentially,
think,
bro. Like
can I?
the,
Right, hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Can I do a soliloquy? Thank you. Basically, I feel like if you do that, you put Cam Johnson in a situation where he probably goes to the team that he wants. So it worked out for him. Puts us in a situation where we can invest in a player that we really want on the team that we consider a fit. the Nets got a whole documentary out, six parts before I guess June 25th. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see two already came out, and they talked about how this player got to fit the system, and Jordy Fernandez, you know what I mean, he's doing the work, went to Chicago, and again, to your point, yes, I think Sean Marks looking at Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper all season meant something, and them potentially, you know what I'm saying, taking maybe the 8th pick or whatever pick they asking for us to move up and get Dylan Harper or Ace Bailey, I think that's something I want to keep in the rumors. You know what I mean? In Rumorville, I think we should keep bringing that up because I want it to happen. You know what I'm saying? And it
That
seemed
shit didn't
likely.
mean a
It's not
damn
even like
thing, Breeze.
impossible. It's like it can happen. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to answer that question. Go ahead.
Breeze, that
Yeah,
shit don't mean a damn thing, bro. Cause
don't.
they've been scouting this kid from like high school. There's nothing you about to learn if you go to one college game. There ain't nothing more you gotta learn than what your scouts done brought you, all the information they done brought from high school, who his mother is, and who his mother been with, all that. They done got all that information, bro. So them just showing up to that game, if anything, that's a fake little PR move. If anything, there's a little bit more into that than what meets the eye. If anything, I'll say that much because you already did your homework already. You ain't gonna find out something amazing or something crazy by attending this one game. If anything, you might be
They
doing that
went
to
to
put the
one. They
kid
went
on
to more
notice.
than one game. They went to more than one game.
But
Yeah,
Sean
and
Mark's
my
not going to more than one game, bro. He not going to
right.
like, and then like at the same time, like if you a scout, right? If you just showing up like I show up game 1 and then I show up game 8, you're not really learning the player. So like at that point, you just gotta trust your scouting information and how much like you could get information from. But if you just
But
showing
that
up
all right. So
periodically,
what?
you're not gonna really learn how the player is progressing
Yeah,
through his
yeah. But what
visits.
I'm saying is, you talking about Sean Marks personally showing up to see Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey. The whole documentary, they got a 6-part documentary talking about the scouts. I'm guarantee on one of those episodes they talk about going up to Rutgers. I can't guarantee it like I know somebody in there, but yo, they had to be up there. It's not even a regular thing that Rutgers get that kind of talent. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, so I just think it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean it. I
Man.
mean it meant. Listen, it might be different, but at the same time, bro, we got to put ourselves in a position, bro, to get one of them players, bro. I think the only team we really need to be talking to is Philly. That third pick, bro, it don't seem like they really want it, bro. Like, I mean,
They don't
like
need it. They don't need it. That's the thing. They
I'm
don't
not
need it.
here to say what they need or what they don't need, bro. Like they got it, bro. Like and if they want it, they want it. If they don't, they don't. It don't seem to me like they want it, bro. Like I'm not here to talk about what they need, bro. Like
Is
we
that what
talk
you've been
like
hearing? They
once
don't want it. Is that what you've been hearing?
that yeah, that's what I've been hearing, bro. We talked about
Yo,
the Oklahoma City Thunder needing Cam Johnson. Clearly they don't. They're in the finals.
Well, if
So
they
I
right,
lost
mean.
their
Right.
Nuggets, we
yeah,
complete
true.
the conversation. Leave.
But
No, no, no,
but
no. That's true. No, bro, they
if it
don't.
was a
We
spliff, bro, we all be
If
high,
any,
bro.
But
We all
yo,
nah,
I
get.
ain't
hold
gonna
on.
lie. It's
Listen,
a good thing they
the
didn't make
only
that
reason
trade for
why we
Cam.
entertain that conversation is because the last season and this season they disproved that they need him. And on top of that, we wanted those draft picks, or maybe like Leaf said, a toe pitch. But case in point is, bro, no, that boat done sailed and shipped. Oh, hold on. I don't mean to interrupt it, but you know what I'm saying. We 2 hours in. I gotta move around and shit like that. I gotta come back with more content a little later. I already know Nets fans is the best fans. Shout out to Easy Leaf. This is JTV. Everything Brooklyn Nets. John for joining the panel. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to This is JTV Leaf. Easy always got something going on. Shout and everything Brooklyn Nets. They on Twitter or X. Yeah, we out here, man. Nets fans is the best fans. I'm gonna be back with more content really soon. Have a good day, y'all.
Yeah,
Peace.
definitely, man.